People out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired. This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good.
Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where? Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello. You, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour on this good stint. I'm trying to say this. Coming to you live on tour on this good 626 day. That's right, it is Stitch Day, in case you didn't know. But really, it is Stitch Weekend. We're going to get to Stitch toward the end of the show. Personally, Disney, if you could make fun of yourself, a TP castle would be amazing this weekend, okay? And for those of you who don't know, the first movie of Lilo & Stitch, they actually TP'd the castle. They spray painted the castle. It was amazing. And should be done again, but that's neither here nor there. Moving on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on, let me make sure I count this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 destinations for you all. All right, then here we go. We're going to be talking about the Essence Festival of Culture. It is on the way. The daytime programming just got released. I'm going to tell you all about it. Lionel Richie is live on tour with Earth, Wind, and Fire, but he had a medical emergency. We'll catch you up with on that. Keke Palmer is always on the move. You know, her relationship with Sean Evans is moving, of course, but also, too, she's got a new gig. I'll tell you all about that. Sheila Johnson, who was a part of BET, has her own hotel collection. How about that? Don't think that there's been any contracts with BET to host any events, but that could be something potentially. But we'll talk about Sheila Johnson here a little bit as well. Trivia Season is a brand new Black trivia app that you need to know about. I'm gonna fill you in on everything you need to know about that. Child, Kelli Farrell not paying people, but she had all the smoke for Britt Eaton. My God, today. And yes, we're gonna talk about Mia Thornton as well. I did have her on the thumbnail, but then we're gonna talk about her too, because it's just, child, you got money allegedly, right? Go take your behind on Virgin Voyages cruise, shake your phone for champagne, put it down your throat, and leave the rest of us alone, Mia Thornton. Hell, but we'll get to her as well. Daniel Cesi has made history in the world of the medical field. He's a black man that made some medical history. We'll talk about him. Uncle Nathan Nearest Green, you guys know the story quite well. There's been a lot going on with the receivership, and there is a huge update that is actually some good news. And when y'all need a brand director, y'all call me, beat me if you need to reach me, okay? The words Kim Possible. Finally, it is 626 days, Stitch Day. I'm gonna fill you in with everything you need to know of all the merchandise and promotions that are happening, and it is Stitch Weekend. So Disneyland, Disney World, I need you to do your job. Right now, you're not with this construction site work that you got going. So let's get to it, because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. Because one thing to know, and two things for sure, over here on this channel, a lot happens early, Rose.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But whenever you're starting the daylight, a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I say,
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
Early.
Dirty.
Early.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot happens early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new morning. Julie Chin Moonves and Teresa Mitchell, Dave Price here, Smith and Maggie Rodriguez. You are absolutely right on this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well for each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do. We have 9 destinations for you all this morning. My God, geez, I didn't recognize it was that many. But let's get to it. We're going to kick it off with Essence. I know some people are getting ready to head down to Essence. So, of course, let me fill you in on what's going on there. There's a lot going down with that. Nope, that's that one. And here we go from blackprwire.com, a great website if you guys are looking for any press releases that relate to our community. Here we go. Essence Festival of Culture presented by Coca-Cola unveils 2026 daytime programming at the Ernest N. Memorial Convention Center featuring Keke Palmer, Octavia Spencer, Normani, Lala Anthony, Eva Marcel, Sanaa Lathan, and more. So today, from New Orleans, Louisiana, led by Tyra Later, the Good Times Roll, baby. Today, the Essence Festival of Culture presented by Coca-Cola unveiled its full slate of daytime program, bringing together the conversation, creators, entrepreneurs, authors, chefs, filmmakers, artists, beauty leaders, wellness voices, and cultural tastemakers, shaping Black culture today. From July 3rd to the 5th, 2026, the Ernest N. Memorial Convention Center will once again serve as the festival's daytime home, offering attendees a weekend of free experiences. Free experiences. So if you can't go to the concert, child, you just stay there all weekend. Well, you can't actually stay inside the convention center. You know the saying. You ain't gotta go home, but you sure gotta get the heck up out of here. You will have to get the heck up out of there. But you can be there for the duration of when it's open. Okay. Rooted in discovery, connection, entertainment, community, and access. The daytime experience is designed as a full cultural destination before the festival continues each night with its highly anticipated evening concert series, bringing together some of the biggest names in music for unforgettable live performances in New Orleans. Now, personally, I'm gonna be real with you. I think doing, like Super Bowl live, child. That would be crazy though if they did Essence Festival Culture game at the Essence Festival. You know what? They probably could have done that on July 2nd. Just get 2 NFL teams, and just do a football game the day before. But what I meant to say was, imagine them doing Family Feud live at the Superdome. You know what I mean? Get two families up there, and they play Family Feud for $20,000 in front of a live crowd of people. Now, of course, Steve Harvey, he is known for Family Feud, so of course he would do it. But if he did not want to do it, because Steve Harvey is a global icon and he can choose what he wants to do, I will gladly host Family Feud at the Superdome. Yes, indeed. Since 2025, the Essence Festival of Culture presented by Coca-Cola generated an estimated $321 million in economic impact. $321 million in economic impact, according to studies conducted by Dillard University and Louisiana Economic Development. With more than 70% of attendees traveling from outside Louisiana, the festival continues to drive tourism, support local businesses, and contribute to the city's economy while bringing national and global audiences to New Orleans, Louisiana. Led by Tom Red, the Good Times Roll, baby. Hosted by Tisha Campbell and Lauren LaRosa. The Essence main stage returns as the heart of the festival's daytime programming, centering the conversations, performances, and live moments that define the daytime experience. Doors open Friday at July 3rd at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, which will be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with 9 a.m. Central Time, which will be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Expedite entry for Convention Center VIP ticket holders. Attendees can register for free through the E360 app to access daily schedules, build personalized itineraries, receive real-time updates, and stay connected throughout the weekend. For guests looking to elevate their festival experience, Essence VIP, which we will look at that here in a little bit. Essence VIP includes reserved seating at the Essence main stage, subject to availability, curated gift bags, charging stations. I hope that means hydration stations too. Okay, there's plenty of Black-owned water brands and hydration drinks that would love to be a part of the Essence VIP experience. I'm just saying. Exclusive offers to select invite only events. So invite only events that will not be mentioned publicly. So if you're there, you got Essence VIP, it might be a private meet and greet or a private Q&A with your favorite celebrity or something of that degree. Might be a private dinner. Might be an excursion as well. You know what I mean? And access to the Essence Lux Lounge shopping experience, showcasing a curated selection of luxury Black designers and brands. The experience will feature labels including Bernard James, Christopher John Rogers, Brandon Blackwood, House of Amana, and Tia Adiola. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name there. And I'm sure Tefler, the purse that Beyonce made, famous. I'm sure that brand will be there as well, with additional designers to be announced. The activation offers attendees exclusive access to fashion. I was about to say fashionship, fashion, craftsmanship, and design from some of the most influential voices shaping luxury today. Across the convention center, the festival will spotlight the full range of Black creativity, commerce, wellness, storytelling, beauty, entertainment, cultural influence, guided by Chief Curator Tiana Taylor and the Aunties. Okay, then. I love it when our culture can just embrace what we are. Attendees will experience a more immersive festival designed to celebrate culture in motion. Throughout the weekend, Taylor's creative vision will come to life through curated conversations, interactive experiences, and community-driven activations. The Aunties Double Dutch Tournament. So if you love double Dutch jump rope, there will be a tournament for you there. Special appearances and conversations led by Taylor herself, and cross-festival moments designed to connect audiences through storytelling, nostalgia, wellness, and joy. There will be a book festival as well, everybody. Book Festival Essence Authors returns with conversations featuring today's leading Black authors, journalists, cultural critics, and content creators. So if you see content creators will be in the building, okay? Alongside practical guides for those looking to break into the publishing industry. So that is amazing. There's a platform called Bookneek. It's like Freaknik, but it's for books and authors and stuff like that. Shout out to my good friend Haley Robinson, who has Malaysia's Magical Twist. It's an amazing kids book. You guys need to get that immediately. Let's see here. Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and founder of the North Star Books and Bar, Nicole Hannah-Jones, will curate nonfiction programming, while award-winning showrunner, producer, and author Mara Brock Ali will curate the fictional experience. I am sure Mara is going to get asked questions about girlfriends and when the show is coming back, or if it's going to be a movie. So I'm sure she's ready. She may say, you know what, y'all? The adventure's going to continue in these books, and that's all y'all are getting. And no, we're not adapting these books for a movie or TV show. But anyway, moving on, including a preview of an upcoming novel, The Revelation of Diane Daphne. Well, I do feel like Tracy Ellis Ross might make an appearance for that book, maybe to be the voice for the audio book, which I'm just saying things out of my mouth, everybody. Additional appearances include Tiffany D. Cross, Kimberly Crenshaw, Jamila Lemix, Tara Risa Tisa Johnson. So y'all know Risa Tisa, the one that talked about her story, of who she dated, right, or who she was married to, will be there. Tyra Jones, Anna Gray, and more Book Festival Essence authors will be powered by beloved New Orleans Institution Community Book Center and its owner and founder, Vera Warren Williams, known affectionately as Mama Vera. Chef Nina Compton returns for a second year as the curator of the Essence Food and Wine Festival. Hey, as a side note, why can't this just be a separate event altogether? Like y'all do the Essence Food and Wine Festival in Atlanta or in Napa Valley. I can't hear nobody. Like that should be a separate event. Okay, I get it's all encompassing Essence, but that should be Definitely a separate event just for future reference. Featuring live culinary demonstrations and conversations celebrating the traditions, stories, and innovation at the heart of Black food culture. Inspired by the flavors and spirit of New Orleans, Louisiana. The program will spotlight chefs, tastemakers, wine and spirits aficionados, and culinary voices preserving legacy while shaping what's next. This year's experience is packed with moments, including live competitive culinary formats alongside a star-studded lineup featuring Michael Snoop Dillard, Raven Goodwin, Sonia Norwood at Wicked Confessions, Chef Zoe Chase, F.B. Richardson, Mr. Happy Hour, and more. I wonder if Usher's mom is going to be there, because y'all know Usher's mom has like a barbecue truck. And also Too Fat to Fly, those brothers who were able to make stuffed chicken wings. I wonder if they'll be there too. If Kelly Farrell was smart, she would be at this, but we'll get to Kelly Farrell here in a little bit. The Essence Film Festival, in collaboration with Essence Studios and executive producers MVD Inc., celebrates bold storytelling across film, television, music, and emerging media, while providing a platform for creators to showcase their work and connect with audiences. This year's festival received more than 600 submissions from filmmakers around the globe. That just goes to show you that studios, there's content out here for y'all, okay? And I wish my friend Brenda Gilbert still had Braun Studios. By the way, Braun Studios was the platform that created the Joker movie franchise. I think they did the Black Triple K Ansman and stuff like that. I wish Braun Studios would come back for sure. Shout out to my good friend Brenda Gilbert as well. Hopefully she's there at Essence this year. I'm reflecting the growing demand for authentic Black storytelling across formats alongside narrative features, documentaries, social impact stories, and short films. The festival will spotlight the rapidly growing micro drama format, which, by the way, shout out to Quibi. Quibi did what they did so everybody else can run, because Quibi was known for 5-minute episodes. That was a micro drama, so shout out to them. Highlight innovative creators who are redefining how stories are told in consuming partnership with Heartbeat and Code Black. Yeah, ain't y'all in a lawsuit, and ain't Kevin Hart not the CEO of Heartbeat anymore? For those of you who don't know, we did a whole deep dive on the brokenness of Heartbeat as media company. So I'm surprised that they're putting their name to this. You know what I mean? I just feel like Tyler Perry would be better here, but hey, listen, I'm not in charge. The festival screening. I'm just being honest. Like Ava DuVernay, like people who actually do films, okay? Just Tasha Smith, hell. What are we doing here? Queen Latifah, Jill Scott's got a production coming. What are we doing here? Okay, all right. I need to breathe, so let me breathe, please. The festival screening and selection process for the micro drama and short film categories, including the involvement of Jeff Flanagan, president and chief distribution officer of Heartbeat. Festival attendees will also have the opportunity to engage with emerging filmmakers through Essence Film Festival Pitch Competition, featuring special participation from Sanaa Lathan. So maybe she might be hosting or she might be a judge. This year's slate includes Portrait of a Postman featuring Tina Knowles, Please Return Your Card, executive produced by Issa Rae. If Bag Lady is not in Please Return Your Card, I'm going to have issues with Issa Rae, okay? It just makes sense. Chicka Boom starring Yara Shahidi. Oh, it's good to see her still doing good things out here. Funny Feelings featuring Mac Wiles, Pretty V, B Simone. Hey, B Simone, this is big. Network. No, she was the one that said she didn't want a 9-to-5 person, but now she's trying to get back to $1 million a month. So you need a hustle at this festival, okay? Terry J. Vaughn, Anthony Maurice, and Pastor Mike Jr. Freelance starring Kev on Stage and Spencer Moore 2 and Switches, featuring Sanique Walls across every category. The festival spotlights emerging and established voices whose work reflects the depth, creativity, and evolution of Black storytelling. Because Kev on Stage did because Kevin on Stage is partnering with Tubi, I wonder if Tubi will have a activation space, if Kevin on Stage will showcase some sneak peeks of the Tubi projects that he has coming up. I'm just saying things, y'all. Okay, don't. Okay, listen. It's a prediction. Okay, don't hold me to that. The Creator and Podcast Festival will bring together digital creators, podcasters, media personalities, and cultural voices for conversations, live recordings, networking, and programming designed to support the next generation of storytellers and platform builders. In addition to adding to the program, the Podcast Collective will offer a behind-the-scenes look at how today's most trusted audio voices across culture, beauty, finance, and well-being are building and monetizing their platforms with shows ranging from the relaunch of the beloved Yes Girl podcast, Go Off, Sits Between Us Curls, and Naked Beauty represent in the mix. By the way, Under the Weight of It All podcast is doing an amazing job. They should be there. I should be there too. We're bringing this virtual tour. You know what I mean? And also, too, Essence, can you do some live coverage of the festival on your YouTube channel? And I do believe there was at one point in time Essence Festival Culture Radio on Sirius XM. Bring that back. Please and thank you. If you need a radio host, just call me, beat me if you need to reach me. It's 626. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 days to make a contract. Just let me know. And y'all just got to fly me in and everything. But we can get it done. Essence Girls Unite and Kingston Gray are joining forces for the Kickback Career Mixer, an intentional space designed to bridge the gap between emerging talent and real access. The invite-only event centers Black women and gender-expansive creatives across niches, pairing professional networking with a live lineup of performances that keep the energy high throughout the entire experience. It is the ultimate VIP vibe for the next generation of festival goers, where long-term brand relationships and cultural joy happen simultaneously. And then right here, the Global Black Economic Forum, GBEF-HQ, will bring together thought leaders, CEOs, entrepreneurs, innovators, policymakers, and culture shapers for timely conversations and action-oriented programming centered on building economic power for Black communities and other marginalized groups, rooted in the belief that democracy, justice, and economic opportunity are inseparable. GBEF-HQ will serve as a global platform for advancing solutions that expand the future of work, wealth, health, and democracy to build a sustainable future for Black communities worldwide. New Voices Village and New Voices Entrepreneur Hub will return as a hub for entrepreneurship, investment, business growth, and economic opportunity, connecting founders, business leaders, and entrepreneurship stakeholders with resources, conversations, and community. The New Voices Village and Entrepreneur Hub will feature founder features and demos, one-on-one office hours, headshot, and project photography opportunities, longer form workshops, 6 hours of integrated and branded content opportunities, and 80 plus entrepreneurs and emerging businesses across the programming slate come through. In addition to that, We Love Us, the marketplace formerly SoCo Market, will return as a dedicated shopping destination, spotlight Black-owned brands, designers, Black-owned brands, makers, designers, and entrepreneurs across fashion, beauty, wellness, home, lifestyle, and more. That is awesome. By the way, these different brands are under Essence, by the way. So I'm loving, from what I'm reading so far, I love the fact it's still Black woman focused, but they are expanding the tent where you can see the full spectrum of Black people, because Black people are not monolith. We love fashion, we love beauty, we love food, we love entrepreneurship, we love politics. We love a little bit of everything. So I'm loving that they are expanding it and not just focusing in on the entertainment to make it a more holistic festival. Loving that. BeautyCon at Essence Fest Edition will bring beauty culture to the center of festival weekend with live conversations, brand activations, product discovery, tutorials, and appearances from leading voices across beauty, style, and culture, featuring appearances by Canvas Beauty founder Stormy Anthony, Tokyo Vanity. By the way, shout out to Tokyo Vanity. She has been growing very big on social media. Like she's not, I don't even think she's with Zeus anymore. Like she's her own brand now. And more, hopefully Kaleidoscope hair care products will be there as well. And many more brands for sure. Guests can also discover products and experiences from standout brands, including Grow Good, the beauty and wellness brand founded by Cardi B. And as you guys know, Cardi B will be performing live at the Essence Festival of Culture. So I am sure she is going to be like, this better be the, I can't do a Cardi B voice, but she's going to lay it down of this brand activation. I need a whoop ass on Stormy Steele. Now, I'm not saying she want to whoop ass on Stormy Steele physically. I'm talking about in business, okay? Y'all know Cardi B is bigger than Stormy Steele. That's a fact. No shade, no draggerization, no hateration, okay? But Cardi B is probably going to have the biggest brand activation space there. Just keeping it above. Black Beauty, Canvas Beauty. I said Black Beauty. I mean Canvas Beauty and Basque and Lather. Shout out to them too. They've been growing as well. For guests seeking an elevated experience, BeautyCon VIP will offer premium access, exclusive perks, and curated moments designed for beauty insiders and superfans. Unbothered and Well debuts as an evolution of the former wellness stage, a deeper, more intentional space to reflect, to rest, reflect, and reset in community. Across 3 days, the experience holds 18 plus sessions spanning women's health, mental health, self-advocacy, faith, and embodiment. Expanding the festival's belief that taking care of yourself is inseparable from Black joy. Anchored by Keke Palmer's practice by Palmer Mat Pilates session. When did Keke Palmer get into Pilates? Girl, I know that you have your Master of Me book, which, by the way, I think Master of Me should be your self-esteem entrepreneurship, company. That's just me talking business to you. Not like you know that I exist or anything, but good for you. Good for you. The lineup moves through Scott guided sound baths, community talking circles, breast health screenings. Shout out to that. Because we all know right now they are trying to take out Planned Parenthood and they're taking away every resource for women, men, and children to be able to have quality health care. So the fact that there will be breast health screenings for free is clutch. Shout out to Essence for coming through with that. Self-advocacy, education, faith conversations, and the Door of Return art installation. Led by doctors, practitioners, and cultural voices committed to amplifying well-being. Hopefully, the cast of Married to Medicine will be at this thing as well. Sway, the men's experience will return as a dedicated space for conversations, culture, style, wellness, finance, and community shaping Black men's lives today. Across the weekend, Sway, the experience will bring together influential voices, creators, business leaders, and cultural tastemakers for programming designed to engage men across interests, generations, and lived experiences, featuring appearances from Lance Gross, Currency, Wild Wang, Obi Jones, and more. As a part of this year's Sway Men Experience, DJ Envy Drive Your Dreams Car Show will bring automotive culture to the convention center floor with a curated showcase of custom builds, classics, exotics, and American muscle cars. The experience adds a new layer of energy to Sway, creating a space where passion, craftsmanship, lifestyle, and community meet. So then, damn. Go ahead. On Sunday, Get Lifted returns to the Essence stage, bringing gospel worship and inspiration to the heart of the festival's daytime experience, led by 28-time. Good damn. Hey, listen, congratulations. That is amazing. 28-time Stellar Award winner Pastor Mike Jr. and special guest Corinne Hawthorne. Won't he do it? You said he will. One of the best gospel songs of all time. Dancer Pride, Ada, Just Cordell, Crystal Aiken, good to see her still out here making it do what it do. Ricky Diller and Jordan Armstrong. The Sunday celebration will offer attendees a powerful moment of praise and reflection during festival weekend. By the way, Corinne Hawthorne Lee, or Corinne Lee, or Miss Lee, sound like a good name to me. Moving on, founded by Westside Gun and Smoke Daza, Fourth Rope brings wrestling, music, fashion, and Black culture together for a one-of-a-kind ticket experience during festival weekend. Feature live sports, entertainment, musical performances, and special appearances. Fourth Rope showcases the creativity, influence, and community that sit at the intersection of culture and entertainment. Come on. That is amazing. They got wrestling too? Child, they are throwing down. Pun intended. By the way, Essence Black Women in Music Round returns for the first time since 2008 as a private luncheon after 4 seasons, reviving one of Essence's signature franchises, celebrating the Black women shaping the sound, business, and cultural impact of music. The invite-only gathering will bring together artists, executives, creators, and industry leaders to honor the legacy and influence and innovation of Black women across the industry, including Brandy, Candy Burrs, Missy Elliott, and Mona Scott Young. Missy Elliott will be doing a performance at Essence, I believe, and Brandy will be there as well. The Cadillac Formula One team, by the way, shout out to Cadillac, because Black people saved Cadillac. History. The Cadillac Formula One team will also host the Cadillac F1 Jim Beam Pit Stop Barbecue at Essence Festival of Culture, an exclusive invitation-only experience. Okay, you know what? When it comes to barbecue, I got a problem with that. So if I was down there, I'm like, hey, listen, you know, if you need a +1 to that Pit Stop Barbecue, just let me know. Listen, if I can get into that event, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Of course, I would love to get into the but I don't think men will be able to get into it. But the Kickback Career Mixer, I would love to get into that if I was there. But yeah, that barbecue experience, I would love to get into that. Inspired by the energy of Formula One and the unmistakable spirit of New Orleans, Louisiana, Private Gathering will bring together tastemakers, creators, cultural leaders, and special guests for the featuring of Cadillac Formula One team special July 4th livery. Curate culinary offerings by acclaimed local chefs, led by Essence Food and Wine Festival chef in residence Mia Compton, alongside live entertainment, exclusive photo opportunities. The Cadillac F1 livery and Cadillac Optic, which is basically their the Cadillac Optic is their car, and then I think the Cadillac F1 vehicle is what is drove in Formula One, and specialty Jim Beam cocktails round out one of the weekend's signature private partner experiences. Listen, ask for the biggest glass. Yes, can I get a to-go glass of that Jim Beam, a Moscow Mule? Yes. Yes, make put that on targon. What's that turned spicy rim? Yes, please. Thank you. Yes, it's very good. Yes. I'm minding my business. Quit looking at me bougie like that. Nobody's gonna be talking like that. Listen, you saw the thumbnail. You know my voice, and David, you know why you're here. Hell, Refinery 29 and R29 Somos, in partnership with Society 18, are proud to host the official career kickoff to Essence Festival of Culture. Okay, come through. That's awesome. This invite-only gathering will bring together creators, media partners, brands, industry professionals, and cultural tastemakers for afternoon conversation, and community, celebrating the intersection of Black and Latino cultures. The experience will create space for authentic relationship building, meaningful collaboration, and opportunities to connect with the people shaping the future of media, marketing, and culture as the festival weekend gets underway. Right here, for more than 3 decades, New Orleans, Louisiana has remained central to the Essence Festival Culture experience. That commitment extends beyond Festival Weekend through initiatives that support local communities, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. This year, those efforts include Create to Heal, a partnership with Operation Restoration, focused on healing central support for formerly incarcerated women. Come through. The Community Commerce Collective C3, connecting Black founders and entrepreneurs with resources, mentorship, and business opportunities via the New Voices Village and Entrepreneur Hub, and the Festival Brand Ambassador Program, creating paid opportunities for New Orleans area college students in partnership with the Mayor's Summer Youth Employment Program. As a presenting partner, Coca-Cola will once again play a central role throughout the festival weekend, helping create memorable moments across the daytime experience while supporting the conversations, connections, and celebrations that define Essence Festival culture. There better be Coca-Cola freestyle machines all throughout that convention center. That's all I gotta say on there. Listen, I ain't gonna be the proud partner of this festival and not have my pride everywhere. Okay, this is a business mind talking to y'all. From appearances to Normani, Ryan Destiny, and Eva Marcel, to performances by Mario Colore, Destin Conrad, and the world-famous Tiger Marching Band of Grambling State University. Shout out HBCU Energy. Coca-Cola's festival footprint will deliver a dynamic weekend of music, culture, and community, hosted by Jamila Musta and Charles Beloved. Programming will span sisterhood, HBCU pride, and cultural celebration through experiences, including Shine City's Sisterhood Avenue, If Not For My Girls, and The World Is My Yard. Yes, we'll also experience the Shine City Marketplace Spotlight, Black-owned businesses, entrepreneurs, while celebrating creativity, commerce, and community. Coca-Cola's HBCU program will further honor the legacy and future of historical Black colleges and universities through The World Is My Yard, bringing together students, alumni, marching band traditions, and meaningful campus engagement in celebration of HBCU excellence and culture. Disney returns to the Essence Festival of Culture with a dynamic slate celebrating multi-generational Black storytelling, including an exclusive first look at FX's The Drop of Snowfall saga come through. That's been a long time coming for that spinoff to be coming through. So, conversation with cast members Gail Bean, Isaiah John, Sonette Black, Payne, Alex Smith, and Simi Buddy Sims 3. Of course, I believe that Damon Idris will probably be there just to support the crew. Descendants Wicked Wonderland star Malia Baker, and a world premiere of the 4th season of The Proud Family Louder and Prouder, which, first of all, I don't think y'all get how big it is to drop the world premiere of an episode before it comes out on a streaming platform. That's going to be happening. So to all people down there, you guys will be the first people to see the season premiere before the world sees it. That is top tier energy. Followed by a conversation with creator and executive producer Bruce W. Smith and executive producer Ralph Farquhar at the Essence Film Festival. I believe that this is the final season of the Proud Family Louder and Prouder on Disney Plus. Disney's program will spotlight culture-shaping stories, beloved franchises, and the creative voices bringing them to life. Prime Video will bring exclusive previews of 3 highly anticipated projects to the Essence Festival of Culture. Audiences will go behind the scenes of 2 new highly anticipated action series, Ride or Die and Neagly, each with a discussion with each of the series' leading women, including Academy Award-winning actor and executive producer Octavia Spencer and actor Maria Stein. Festival goers will also get a first look at the upcoming Muhammad Ali biopic, Michael B. Jordan's Outlier Society, with a conversation about bringing the life and legacy of one of the world's most iconic figures to screen. I'm sure Layla Ali will be in the building there. The discussion will feature creator and executive producer Ben Watkins, alongside cast members Jalen Best, Daniel Gore, Amir Joseph, Kai Farmer, and Michael Ealy will be there as well. Together, the 2026 daytime slate reflects the full scale, and it is at full scale, everybody, of the Essence Festival of Culture, presented by Coca-Cola as a cultural, economic, and community force. From free daytime experiences, let me say that again, free daytime experiences at the convention center to the evening concert series and select ticket experiences. Festival weekend offers attendees a complete celebration of Black culture across ideas, entertainment, beauty, business, wellness, food, storytelling, music, and community. Tickets, for the 2026 Essence Festival Culture presented by Coca-Cola evening concert series are available now, and also there are hotel packages. And travel offerings are also available for those planning their stay in New Orleans. Follow Essence Fest on Twitter, also known as X, Facebook, Instagram, and download the E360 app to stay connected, everybody. Sundial Media Group and Technology Group is a human connections company redefining the future of media with more than 100 years of storytelling expertise and audience insight. SMTG is transforming the traditional media model into a technology-based enabled ecosystem designed to foster belonging, driving influence, and scale economic opportunity. Its portfolio includes some of the most iconic and purpose-driven brands and experiences in culture today, including Essence Girls Unite, Essence Studios, Essence Festival Culture, Fire 29, Afro Puck at BeautyCon, new strategic storytelling, dab, power platforms, and products built for cultural impact. Sundial Media Technology Group is where connection becomes currency. So there you go there. Amazing stuff. So here it is here, just to show y'all. Right here. So this is where you get your tickets. See that? Free. Okay? Free. Free. Okay? So from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., it is free. Child, if I could go, I would just go for the free events. Okay? Listen. But here are the different tiers, right? So, of course, your general admission will get you into the convention center. But also, too, it'll get you into all those things as well, okay? Essence VIP, you get in an hour early at 9 a.m. before general admission. First access to the 4 best reserved seats at the Essence stage and the Essence Lux Lounge to relax and recharge between moments, a curated gift bag, open hospitality, premium amenities, and charging throughout the day, plus express VIP entry lanes. Everything in general admission is included. So everything that you get to go to here plus here. Now, VIP evening concert, Superdome tickets separately, of course, we know that. And then BeautyCon, your BeautyCon VIP pass gets you in an hour early, reserved seats at the BeautyCon stage, and access to the BeautyCon VIP lounge, and curated gift bag from leading beauty brands, talent moments, and hospitality all weekend, plus express VIP entry lanes. And then the 4th rope, heels have Eyes Nola right here. The Academy for Advancing Excellence. Now, here are the prices for the VIP. $193.03. That's not bad for a VIP. That's just one day. Okay. All of them are for one day. So if you want, so that's about what? $600. But hey, listen, if you just do one day, that's not bad for a one-day ticket. Then, of course, the BeautyCon's a little bit pricier because, beauty, it costs $225.80 for the VIP ticket. And the coaching session, which was free, is sold out. But shout out to them for being able to have those sessions for free leadership coaching, shout out to that. And then right here, the Heels Have Eyes event is different here. So here is the tickets here. So general admission, $67.49. ADA spot, no physical seat. That's for people with disabilities and wheelchairs, $67.49. Ringside, $90.88. And then 4th rope with commemorative chair, $318.57. So that is everything you need to know for that there. Then, of course, the concerts that will be happening there. So you got a 3-day, you got a lot here. You got End Zone Club, you got Friday only, you got a weekend package. Got a lot going on. Oh, wow, they're sold out. Good damn. Okay. Yeah, the 3-day package is sold out. All right. I'm not surprised by that, child. And for everybody saying, well, nobody's going to go, child. Okay. So let's see here. So for the nosebleed seats, $82.25, but that's not bad. Now, if you're trying to get toward the stage right here, $483.50, $286.05. I think that's a VIP rear floor admission right there. Right here, $204.95, $210 right there, $174.50, $149.90. So you got some prices here. Got some prices here. So there is that there. And then, of course, reservations are closed. Okay. So here are all the hotels here. All right. Here's all the hotels. And, shout out to Branch International, because I know that she loves the Essence Festival, so I'm sure she'll be going as well. I think about her from time to time. I really hope that she's doing well. I know that she had her thoughts on a particular issue. I have my thoughts on a particular issue, but I do think Branch International is a beautiful, beautiful woman, doing great things. Support Branch International and her organization. Her daughter is absolute top tier energy as well. So, yes, because last time we were talking about going to the Super Bowl together, that she knew somebody. So, yes, indeed. There. All right, that's everything you need to know on Essence. All right, almost a whole hour on Essence right there. All right, now let's get to this here. From rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25 years. Earth, Wind, and Fire and Lionel Richie deliver a sermon in a sound. Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire turn St. Paul into soul's main stage. Let me tell you something. Lionel Richie is that legend, bro. To be 70 and still be able to hold your own is amazing. Not every concert becomes a memory that lives rent-free in the hearts of those who witness it. Wednesday night at the Grand Casino Arena, the opening night of Sing a Song All Night Long North American Tour. North American Tour delivered exactly that, an electrifying collision of soul, funk, R&B royalty, and raw human vulnerability that ultimately ended not with crescendo, but with silence and an empty stage. Earth, Wind, and Fire, legends never clock out. They never do. Before Lionel Richie ever set foot under the lights, Earth, Wind, and Fire reminded St. Paul why their name has been synonymous with music excellence for more than 5 decades. 3 original members, Philip Bailey, Vern Dean White, and Ralph Johnson, led by a youthful, energetic cast of new members, onto the stage. And the moment they opened their mouths on a shining star, the Grand Casino Arena transformed into something closer to a revival than a concert. Can you imagine Earth, Wind, and Fire warming you up for your show? Like, my God, that's like if Earth, Wind, and Fire opened up for Brayley's virtual tour, live on tour. It's like, no, I should be opened up for y'all. Like, the hell? Fans rose to their feet in a wave of recognition and reverence. Their applause cascading through the arena like thunder rolling across a Minnesota summer sky. Shout to Prince. The group moved through Let Your Feelings Show, Serpentine Fire, and sing a song, on and on, on it. Listen, we don't have Earth, Wind, and Fire, so you guys just deal with me, okay? Listen, with the kind of precision and passion, or La Passion, shout out to all the Dexter fans out there. I'm ready for Dexter Resurrection Season 2. And Original Sin should be back as a series, but that's neither here nor there. That can only come from ours who have spent a lifetime living inside their music. The emotional crown jewel, Earth, Wind, and Fire set arrival Philip Bailey, whose falsetto remains one of the most extraordinary instruments in the history of recorded music, was joined on stage by his son Orshid to perform the reasons that we're here. The father and son pairing was nothing short of breathtaking. Ochunde carries the same silken softness in his voice, the same achingly beautiful upper register. And watching the two harmonize was a moment that blurred the line between concert and something we believe quietly sacred. B. David Whitworth stepped forward to deliver After the Love Is Gone. His performance drew an almost involuntary comparison to Earth, Wind, and Fire founder Maurice White. Rest in peace to him. The warmth, tenderness, and quiet command and Warwick's voice carried the spirit of the group's legacy forward with grace and dignity. By the way, there's a brand, speaking of, because we're talking about, singing and everything else, one of the greatest singing voices and one of the greatest voices of all time is Keith David. He's in a brand new cartoon called President Curtis that's a spinoff of Rick and Morty. So if you guys are looking for a black president, it is in a cartoon called President Curtis. It is on Adult Swim. Should be coming out this month, I believe. I saw a preview for that yesterday. It looked really, 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 really good. Shout out to the Keith David. I would love to interview him sometime. Sincerely, one day. Let's do it now, okay? Because his black ain't cracking, but he is 70. But I would love to interview him. Shout out to the Keith David. I feel like Keith David could join Earth, Wind, and Fire. No, he could definitely throw down. Let's see here. Whitworth's voice carried the spirit of the group's legacy forward with grace and dignity. The younger members of the ensemble kept the energy, connect, and electric throughout, dancing and performing across every inch of the stage, ensuring that not a single corner of the arena felt left behind. Earth, Wind, and Fire closed their set with a 1-2 punch of "Let's Groove Tonight." Do you remember when it went down in September? Run chasing around the way, on and on, September, on and on and on and on. Two songs that, after all these years, still have the power to make a room full of strangers feel like a community, but really more like family. So I see that's how you do a live edition, to the article. Moving on. Lionel Richie, the one, the only. The legend himself, showmanship, humor, and an unforgettable moment of stillness. When the lights dropped low and the stage filled with smoke and anticipation, Lionel Richie appeared in a yellow jacket and black leather pants. His voice cutting through the haze with the opening note of, "Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile." The arena erupted. Fans sang every word back to him before he could even reach the chorus. A phenomenon. Richie himself acknowledged with characteristic humor, joking that artists tended to out-sing him on his own songs. But that's the power of music, though. I mean, his catalog is so amazing that, child, he don't have to sing a word. They can just play it. He just can sit in a chair and get paid. Not everybody gets to that type of level. Listen, that self-deprecating warmth defined Richie's portion of the evening. He moved through, running through the night, easy / my love, penny lover, said lie, his voice still supple and commanding, his stage presence, a masterclass in charisma, earned over the decades. Stuck on you. I got this feeling that didn't get some more my way. And it's said long, honey, good times never felt so good. And you are each song landing with a familiar embrace. Then came the moment that will be retold for years before launching Dancing on the Ceiling. Dancing on the Ceiling. Richie announced that he needed to sit down. He meant it literally. He lowered himself onto the stage floor, his band members joining him, and performed the entire song seated. Richie acknowledged that it was the first time in his career that he had ever done that. The crowd roared with affection and laughter. It was unscripted, it was human, it was Lionel. From there, he moved to a stunning grand white piano that delivered a tender, luminous rendition of 3 Times Late that left the arena hushed and reverent. An abrupt ending. Then Richie rose, told fans that he needed a brief intermission, and asked them to stay put. After 30 minutes, restlessness crept through the crowd, and some fans began to walk toward the exit sign. After 45 representatives stepped to the microphone and announced Richie was not feeling well and could not continue. Some fans depart disappointed. The other songs they came for still unplayed. Others chose grace. One concert go reflected on the evening, offered a perspective that felt like the truest summary. Alleged still performing is itself a gift of gratitude is the only appropriate response. Shout out to that concert goer. And honestly, let me tell you something. I bet you some fan could have went, "Hey, can y'all just play it? Put the lyrics up on the LED screen. We'll just sing the rest of it, damn it." Just keeping that a buck. The ending was not what anyone hoped, but Earth, Wind, and Fire and Lionel Richie gave Minnesota. Shout out to the Minnesotians for sure. On a Wednesday night in St. Paul was, by every measure that matters, legendary. Of course, some Earth, Wind, and Fire pictures there. One and only Mr. Lionel Richie. Yes, indeed. Smooth like butter. Look at that suit jacket, man. Listen. Man. Shout out to rollingout.com for getting these pictures, bro. Play that guitar, my brother. Yes, indeed. Birding White, the one and only. Man. One and only. Oh, my God. Of course, Janet Jackson is on tour as well, so shout out to that fine sister. Janet Jackson Lee, Miss Lee, if you're nasty, also sounds like a good name to me. Now, let's get to this. Lionel Richie rushed to the hospital from his concert. Shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years once again. on to the next 25 years. The legendary singer-songwriter is known for classic cuts like 3 Times a Lady and Truly. The opening night of Lionel Richie's highly anticipated North American tour took an unexpected turn when the legendary singer was forced to end his performance early after becoming ill on stage. The 77-year-old music icon was transported to a local hospital Wednesday night after experiencing dizziness during his concert at Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul, Minnesota. Page 6 reports, while officials confirmed that an adult male was taken from the venue to a nearby hospital. Really? An adult male? Y'all can just say Lionel Richie. We all know who the adult male was performing on the damn stage. Good Lord. Richie's current condition has not yet been publicly disclosed. A sudden pause in the music. Fans noticed something was wrong when Richie struggled through a performance of his classic hit, Dancing on the Ceiling. According to video shared online, the Grammy-winning artist sat down several times while continuing to sing. Addressing the audience with his trademark humor despite the circumstances, Richie reportedly said, "When you're feeling dizzy, sit your ass down." Woody Woodpecker. Anyway, the crowd applauded as the singer attempted to push through the performance, but it soon became clear that he needed medical attention. The show comes to an early end after briefly leaving the stage for an intermission. Richie allowed his band to entertain the audience for approximately 15 minutes while he sought medical evaluation backstage. Nearly an hour later, saxophonist Dino Soldado returned to address concert goers with disappointing news. He won't be able to continue. He's not feeling well. Additional information will be available. By the way, I just would like to know to Dino Soto, how is Dino the dinosaur from the Flintstones doing? It's been a minute since we've seen Fred and Wilma and Pebbles and Bam Bam and Barney and Betty and all them. I'm just asking a question. One of the greatest cartoons of all time. I'm just asking a question. By the way, there was supposed to be a revival in a live action sitcom with Seth MacFarlane, I believe. I think Elizabeth Banks was supposed to be a part of it. By the way, speaking of Elizabeth Banks, there is a new live action Magic School Bus movie coming out. So I'm curious about it. That's one of my favorite cartoons ever. But moving on, the announcement officially ended the opening night concert, leaving fans expressing concern for the beloved performer. Excitement before the unexpected. Just hours before taking the stage, Richie has shared his enthusiasm about launching the 26-city North American tour, which he is co-headlined with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, my God. Now, that could be a 3-hour concert, and nobody would have any crap to say because they would be here for it. Opening night, rocket launching, rehearsal, sound check, showtime tonight, St. Paul, Europe. He wrote to his 2 million strong Instagram page alongside photos from rehearsals posted to social media. The post captured the excitement surrounding the tour's kickoff, making the evening's unexpected ending all the more surprising. A birthday celebration turns into a challenging week. The concert came only days after Richie celebrated his 77th birthday on June 20th. So he celebrated his birthday during Juneteenth weekend. How cool was that? In another social media post, he thanked his band, tour crew, for surprising him with ice cream and pop before the tour began. The perfect way to start the tour. Laughing emoji, feeling grateful. See you tonight, St. Paul, Minnesota, with the heart emoji there. Richie wrote the heartfelt message reflected the optimism surrounding the new tour before Wednesday night's health scare interrupted those plans. Fans await an update. As concern grows among fans, Richie's representatives have not released an official update regarding his condition. His next scheduled performance is set for today, or tonight rather, Friday in Chicago. Though it remains unclear whether the concert will proceed as planned for now, supporters around the world are hoping that the legendary entertainer makes a swift recovery and returns to the stage when his health allows. Absolutely, we definitely want Lionel Richie to be okay. I did see the news. I'm just like, we need Uncle Lionel. Can we just stop with all these passings? This is too much. And by the way, because the Barack Obama Presidential Center is open, can you imagine Lionel Richie having an after party at the Obama Presidential Center? And by the way, I think Barack Obama should come up with Lionel Richie and sing, "I'm so in love with you." Now, that's Al Green, but Barack Obama sung that, so I think Lionel Richie, Barack Obama singing that song at the opening of his Chicago show would be amazing, but that's neither here nor there. Now, there is something that I did see from Good Morning America that I did see. It came out 2 hours ago, but here it is here. Let's watch this.
This morning, fans of music legend Lionel Richie growing concerned for his health after he abruptly ended the opening night of his tour in Minnesota. Videos online capturing Richie performing about an hour into his set list, and he was seen taking breaks to sit down. Moments later, Richie telling the audience he felt dizzy.
What I have learned about my years of being in the business, when you are feeling dizzy, sit your down.
The 77-year-old went on to perform another song before an impromptu intermission. And shortly after that, his saxophonist told the crowd Richie was unable to continue.
I thought it was great for him to be fully transparent with the audience, which is what he was doing all night. Then, yeah, it was a light bulb moment, though, because then you were like, oh, he is having a hard time.
Overnight, United Center in Chicago posting that Richie will be postponing his next 2 shows in Chicago and Columbus.
Okay, so that's the update there. So if you were going to see Lionel Richie in Chicago or Columbus, he is postponing his shows. I am sure you can get your money back. And I'm sure when Lionel Richie comes back, he will probably do an extra show just because he can, and that's the kind of man he is. So prayers up to Lionel Richie.
Under the advisement of doctors.
All night.
The 4-time Grammy winner, famous for hits like All Night Long and Dancing on the Ceiling. Posting these photos to social media from Wednesday's sound check. All smiles ahead of the show. Richie telling our Robin Roberts last year about the high energy atmosphere he aims to create during his performances.
Oh, you thought you were going to sit down during my concert? Oh, no, everybody up. And it becomes now an orchestration of kind of taking over how I want them, the audience, to react. And then once they get to the 3rd song, they know what to do from then on.
Yes, they do. So Richie, as we said, is postponing his next 2 shows on the advice of doctors, but he's in great spirits. He plans to be back on stage Tuesday in Pittsburgh. And Lionel, we wish you all the best.
Yeah, we really do.
Definitely.
He's a great guy. All right, Lara, thank you for that.
Thank you guys at GMA for that. All right. All right, everybody, here we go. Let's continue on. We do have more Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here and right now. Shout out to rollout.com once again, celebrating 25 years, on to the next 25 years. BET names multi-hyphenate Keke Palmer to its board of advisors. Keke Palmer joins BET's board of advisors as entertainment's new power voice. Not surprised by this at all. 45 years in, BET is not coasting on legacy. Under the direction of President Louis Carr, the network has assembled a board of advisors that reads less like a ceremonial honor roll and more like a war room for culture, for a curated constellation of business architects, creative visionaries, and community champions tasked with shaping where one of America's most iconic media institutions goes from here. The board functions as a mirror, both a mirror and a compass, offering the kind of honest panoramic perspective that keeps the network alive and relevant in an era where relevance is earned in real time. The latest addition is to that table is someone who has spent 2 decades proving that she belongs at every table she walks into. Keke Palmer, the living argument for versatility. For few careers in contemporary entertainment have bent and stretched the way Keke Palmer's has, and still held their shape. Since she first appeared on screens as a child actor with a presence that seemed to outgrow every frame, Palmer has evolved into something rare, a figure who doesn't just survive reinvention but seems energized by it. Her acting resume carries the kind of weight that resume highlights alone can't fully communicate. An Emmy Award, an NAACP Image Award, a historic turn as the first Black woman to play Cinderella on Broadway. And Keke Palmer will be an EGOT winner, believe me. A milestone that carry cultural significance far beyond the theater world. Each achievement has arrived not as a capstone, but as a launch pad. Proof that Palmer treats entertainment less as an industry, and more as an ecosystem that she keeps expanding. Bridging screens, stages, and streaming. What distinguishes Palmer from her peers is not the range of what she does, but the fluency with which she moves between worlds. She is as comfortable anchoring a late night talk format as she is commanding a blockbuster set or stepping behind the camera as a producer. That kind of cross-platform elasticity has not only made her just a talent, but a connective force, someone who links generations of fans who came to know her through very different doors. Hosting, producing, acting, performing, these categories feel almost too rigid when applied to Palmer, who has spent her career treating them as suggestions rather than lanes. So, jump in on Disney Channel, Keke Palmer, True Jackson VP, which we are still waiting for the revival of, damn it, KK. I'm fine. Not saying I can be Kiki's new man, the revival, but I'm available. But she got Sean Evans in real life, so we are happy for that. But in addition to that, you know what? Honestly, too, Sean Evans could be in the revival. He could like work a wing shop in True Jackson, Prez, the spinoff. Well, the revival, rather, not the spinoff. The spinoff would be something from the original show. But anyway, but in addition to that, Just Keke was a talk show on BET produced by Judge Greg Mathis, and she was the youngest talk show host in history. So Keke has been around BET for a long time, so I'm not surprised by this move at all. Now, I know she has Baby This Is Keke Palmer podcast through Amazon's Wondery. Now, I don't know if maybe she could do like maybe monthly live events on BET with Baby This Is Keke Palmer live recording, shows on BET. Could be something, but of course, she will have to figure that out. And then of course, I think she is, oh my God, let me look it up. Because I think she's like the creative director of Cream of Nature or something like that. Keke Palmer, Shea Moisture. Oh, Cream of Nature, that's right. Keke Palmer, Cream of Nature CEO. So no, she is the chief brand officer of Cream of Nature. So yeah, she like I said, there's a lot that Keke can bring to the table for sure. Building beyond the spotlight, the board appointment reflects something more substantive than Palmer's entertainment portfolio, a demonstrated commitment to creation with purpose. In 2026, she launched Practice Palmer, which I did not know of until I read the Essence article to you all. Wellness platform that brings mindfulness, movement, and self-discovery to her community in intangible, accessible ways is the kind of initiative that reveals what a public figure actually values when the cameras aren't dictating the agenda. That venture joins Key TV, her digital network built to widen the door of opportunity for emerging creators who might otherwise find industry's traditional entry points locked. Taken together, these projects sketch a portrait of an entrepreneur who understands that cultural influence is most powerful when it circulates, reaching the people who have historically been left outside the conversation. Her philanthropic work extends that philosophy further still with sustained investment programming and support systems for young women and underserved communities. By the way, Taraji P. Henson better be on this board because she has hosted the BET Awards several times, and she also has a deal with BET Studios. I'm just saying. The right seat at the right moment. BET's board of advisors was designed to challenge the network as much as champion it. Holding a beloved institution accountable to the audiences it serves while helping chart the creative and commercial territory ahead. Palmer's appointment signals that the network is serious about that mandate. At a moment where Black media is navigating shifting platforms, expectations, and cultural stakes that feel higher than ever, Keke Palmer brings something that cannot be manufactured. Authenticity earned over time, a track record that spans industries, generations, and communities. That is exactly the kind of voice a 45-year institution needs as it writes its next chapter. Not to mention too, can you imagine Practice by Palmer doing shows on BET about mindfulness and movement and self-discovery? Like, Keke is the one to be the two to activate the three. Congratulations to Keke Palmer. I am not surprised by this move at all. Sincerely, Keke is definitely a legend. She actually came to my middle school, Dunbar Middle School. It was in the early days of her career. She had a song called "Keep It Moving." Hey-oh. I don't even know if she remembers that song, but I definitely remember seeing Keke Palmer in middle school. So there is that. Hey, one person, welcome in. Glad to have you here. We talked about Essence and the Essence Festival of Culture. We talked about Lionel Richie. We just got done talking about Keke Palmer. Now we're about to talk about Sheila Johnson. Here we go, everybody. Like I said, we got 9 destinations, so we got a lot to cover. From Black Enterprise Magazine, blackenterprise.com. Here we go. Billionaire Sheila Johnson's flagship DC hotel is in talks to rebrand as a Marriott property. The potential move will mark another chapter for the BET co-founders' luxury hospitality brand Salamander, Washington, D.C. Billionaire entrepreneur Sheila Johnson, the founder and CEO of the Salamander Collection luxury hotel hospitality company. Yes, indeed, I did like the fourth picture. Yes, indeed. Is reportedly in discussions to rebrand the Salamander, Washington, D.C. as a Marriott property, according to the Washington Business Journal. The 373 room hotel located alongside the city's southwest waterfront near the National Mall and Tidal Basin has operated under the Salamander name since September 2022. So 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. So 5 years, which is a long time in the hospitality business. And luxury in London-based private equity real estate firm Henderson Park acquired former Mandarin Oriental Washington, D.C. for $139 million before relaunching it as the flagship property in their luxury hotel portfolio. If completed, the deal would bring the hotel under one of Marriott International's luxury brand. While the property remains open to guests, financial terms and the timeline for the potential transition have not been disclosed. The report move will represent a significant pivot for Johnson, whose Salamander collection has been the past several years expanded its footprint into luxury hospitality. Founded in 2005, oh my God, she's been doing this for a good minute. The company now operates a portfolio of high-end resorts and hotels across Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, Colorado, Jamaica, and Anguilla. The Washington property marked Salamander's debut in the nation's capital and underwent an extensive renovation after Johnson's acquisition. The transformation included redesigned guest rooms, public spaces, and expanded spa, and the opening of acclaimed chef Kwame Okrene's restaurant Doggone. And by the way, the Obamas honored that chef that drowned at their Martha's Vineyard place, I believe, or I think they were in Hawaii. Either way, their chef drowned. And so inside the Obama Presidential Center, they actually honored the chef, and the chef's name is the name of the restaurant. So very, very sweet there. Not sweet that he drowned, but it's sweet that the Obamas honored him for sure, which has earned national recognition since its debut in 2024. Neither Salamander Collection, Henderson Park, nor Marriott International has publicly confirmed on the negotiations. However, it finalized it in the presence of Salamander name in Washington less than 4 years after Johnson reintroduced the brand to the city. Johnson, who co-founded Black Entertainment Television, BET, with her then husband Bob Johnson, made history as America's first black female billionaire, rather, following the sale of the network to Viacom in a multi-billion-dollar deal. Since then, she has continued to diversify her business empire through investments in hospitality, sports, entertainment, and real estate. Her net worth is estimated at approximately $850 million. I just need about 20 million of it. I'll be good, child. I'll be good. According to Billionaires Africa, she is also the only black woman to be part owner of 3 professional sports franchises simultaneously, including NBA's Washington Wizards, the NHL's Washington Capitals, and the WNBA's Washington Mystics. So, congratulations to Sheila Johnson. I think that personally, she should not do this. Now, I do know that Marriott has been folding hotels into, I think they're Curio. No, Curio is under Hilton. What is Marriott's collection? Because Marriott has a collection of hotels. What is the name of Marriott's collection of hotels that are independently owned? So there's a collection called the Autograph Collection, right? The Autograph Collection, Tribute Portfolio, Design Hotels, and Luxury Collection. Now, if the Salamander Hotel, Washington, D.C. gets into that, I'm cool with that because it's still Black owned. It's important that Black excellence is not just overseas, but it's also at home as well, personally. So let's get into Salamander Hotels here. He's been doing this since 2002, I believe. So that's Half Moon there in the Caribbean. I know you love, girl. This is nice. Yo, look at this. Look at this shit right here. This is Sheila Johnson. You good in my book. Listen, do you need a content creator to come on full time? Hell, I will gladly come to your resort just to review it. And I will give it 10s across the board because that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Look, and this is in Washington, D.C. Why would you give this up to Marriott? Are you kidding me? Don't do that. No, I'm advising you as your non-official advisor. I'm electing myself to be an advisor to a Black female billionaire. Okay, she don't really need my help, but don't give this up. No, and no. What the hell is wrong with you? I'd say hell to her, not fuck, because she's a billionaire now. But right here, the family reunion, the immersive experience celebrating diversity in the hospitality community, returned for a 5th year in 2025 at Salamander Millburg in Millburg, Virginia. You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I think the Salamander Hotel of Tennessee would be amazing, and you could team up with Uncle Nathan Nearest Green. That would be amazing. Like I said, I wish that she had a job as a brand director or something, because I would come on board. Absolutely. You kidding me? Shit. Give me one moment, y'all. I just want to see something. SALAM. Salamander Resort. I'm looking for hotels. Damn it, they don't have it. I was about to say, because sometimes if you want to connect with businesses, go on Instagram, and sometimes you will be able to connect with them. They'll have like their direct phone number and stuff. There was one person that did that too. They're like, I didn't even know we posted our phone number on there. Like, yeah. I'm looking at their Salamander magazine. It's a beautiful magazine. Yeah, child, I don't think you should get that up. And look at this right here. Voted best luxury hotel brand by USA Today, world's favorite hotel brands by Travel + Leisure. You better not sell that. You better not. And y'all, here it is here. That's the lobby, child. 773 rooms. Bro, this is stunning. I did not know that Sheila Johnson did this. I had no idea. These are some nice suites too. Washington, D.C. Hell. So you check in at 4 p.m. and you check out at 11 a.m. Child, I want to check in that morning. You see how nice this is? Don't make me wait until 4 p.m., but I know you gotta get cleaned and everything else. but still. You got indoor pool, very nice. And it's dog friendly, so you can have a maximum of 2 dogs per guest room. So that's very nice. Very nice. That's cool. That is very, very cool. And of course, they do have a YouTube channel, everybody, as well. So give me a moment here. So here it is here. Like I said, this is amazing. Oh, they did a commercial with NBC. Hang on, I did not know.
Coastal memories, legendary golf, championship moments, and now America's most iconic new resort. Elegant, vibrant, spacious, luxurious, and filled with exciting, authentic experiences. Welcome to Salamander.
Child, did you see Sheila Johnson? Hang on a second.
Welcome to Salamander.
It is, I am that one to be the 2 to activate the 3. Okay, listen, I'm not mad at it. All that black excellence. All right, go ahead, Sheila Johnson. Go for prosper and multiply in your in your majesty. That's what I was trying to say. I know that usually means for sex, but go forth and multiply can't mean multiple things, ladies and gentlemen. Get your mind out the damn gutter. Now let's roll on, because we do have more Brainley's virtual tour live coming up right from this space right here and right now. Shout out to our good friends at blacknews.com. Here we go. Now, when I saw this, I had to bring this to y'all. After Juneteenth, new trivia game keeps the celebration of Black culture going year round. Give me a moment. Black history trivia. I heart. TR. I cannot remember what it was. Oh my God. It was something called Quizitory or something like that. I cannot think of it right now. It's agitating me. Quiz TORY. Damn it, I cannot think of it. But it was a Black History app with iHeartMedia. I cannot think of it. But anyway, that app, I believe, is still around. I just can't remember the name of it. But this app here, Trivia Season, launches with over 10,000 questions spanning Black history, music, sports, and science. After Juneteenth, new trivia game keeps celebration of Black culture going year round. Every year, Juneteenth brings a renewed celebration of Black culture, history, and excellence. But for the founder of a new trivia game, one weekend of celebration was never enough. Trivia Season is now available for iPhone and Android players, delivering more than 10,000 curated trivia questions designed to put Black culture at the center of the game every single day. While traditional trivia games treat Black culture as a single category or afterthought, Trivia Season is built entirely around every question, from groundbreaking historical first to viral social media moments. Is crafted through a dedicated cultural lens. The result is a trivia experience that feels personal, relevant, and long overdue. The app's flagship mode, the Daily 10, drops a fresh 10-question challenge every day. Players race the clock earn speed and streak bonuses, and compete on a global leaderboard. For those who want to play more solo mode, offers unlimited quick rounds of randomized trivia, while category play lets players choose specific subjects to test their depth. Trivia season also features built-in social sharing that automatically generates a short video after each game. Oh, bro, that is going to be amazing. Content creators designed for players to share the results directly to Instagram and TikTok and other platforms. So you can probably do that in a YouTube short as well. Developed over 6 months with a library of more than 10,000 questions. This trivia season is free to download and play. New questions and daily challenges are added continuously. Learn more at triviaseason.com. We'll go to that website here in just a little bit. It's available for the Apple iOS store and the Android App Store. Trivia Season is a daily trivia game built to celebrate Black culture across every category: history, music, sports, science, entertainment, and more. With over 10,000 questions crafted through a dedicated cultural lens, Trivia Season delivers a premium trivia experience where the culture is the focus, not a footnote. The app is available on iPhone and Android. Instagram Trivia Season on Instagram, Trivia Season app on TikTok, and YouTube Trivia Season. Press inquiries, contact press at triviaseason.com. Why can I not think of that Black History quiz app? It's going to irk me. It's not the ultimate Black History quiz. It's not that one. Damn, I know. Let me see if I can look it up on the App Store. The Google Play Store, rather. Black History Trivia. Black History Trivia. Black History Trivia. Black History Trivia. Black. It is really going to incense me because I think of it. Wait, what's that? Black intellectuals. Intellectuals. Trivia app. Maybe it's that. Oh my God, it is pissing me off because I know that I know. Anyway, if I do find it one day, I will let you guys know about it, but it's incensing me. So right here, This is trivia season right here. Oh, you can play it as an. Okay, so you can actually play on your desktop too. That is really, really cool. And so here is their YouTube channel here. So here's what the app is. All right, so what the Hey Big Baby is that's what their series there. Now I want y'all to see this because this was filmed at Disney. Yeah, I know. Look at Mickey. Look at all of them. They had some fun at Disney. You know what? I may do a live about that tonight because Disney definitely made it do what it do with that. Let me go back to trivia season here. Is it not allowing me to show y'all quiz time? All right, here's the quiz time right here. Of course, we all know that's Will Smith, right? So that's how trivia season works there. So very, very cool. Wanted to show that to you all as well. So yes, indeed there. All right, let's continue on here. Now, child, listen. As we are talking about many things, we got to talk about the Housewives. Before we talk about Kelli Ferrer, we got to talk about Mia Thornton. So, child, just listen to our good friend Ken Pyre. Okay, here we go.
Real Housewives of Potomac star Mia Thornton is being accused of stealing yet again.
You heard that, stealing.
And the Real Housewives of Atlanta is filming their season 17 reunion, and now we have to react to the seating chart.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Empire Channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Don't forget the Empire After Dark live show returns to New York City September 25th. I know that feels like a long time away, but it's not. Get your tickets today. We'll be talking about hot topics like this one and so much more, spilling tea and everything. And don't be afraid to come on your own. I know a lot of people are fearful to come to these shows on their own, but that's the one cool thing about this live event. So many people do come on their own and end up making friends. So go get your tickets today. Live stream tickets are available as well. Ticket information will be available in the description. All right. So many of you have been sending me or tagging me in this back and forth between this Instagram model and Mia Thornton. You know, it was just a couple of months ago that we did a report on Mia Thornton being arrested for stealing those people's furniture out of her rental apartment in Atlanta. Okay. Well, now she's being accused of stealing another woman's body.
Yeah.
What? Yes. So this woman, Sophie O'Neill, was in the comment section of Mia Thornton's photo. Mia Thornton is wearing this beautiful white dress with, I believe, was this a Kelly bag? Don't get me lying about the bags. In the comment section, Sophie O'Neill says, please, can you remove the picture of me in capitals with your...
So this is Sophie right there. Now, I'm going to be real with you. Sophie is a woman that a lot of black men would love to wife up. I'm just going to be real about. She's a beautiful woman. And I do see the neck structure there. You know what I mean? When I first heard this, I'm just like, bruh. But when you also see that it's literally the same bag right there, you know, we know Mia to be a liar. Mia be lying. Okay. Child, let's continue.
Head on it. Thanks. And so we get to see the photo of her, the original woman, and Mia. Mia eventually deleted the photo, only for Mia to repost the photo. She's now deleted it. Mia, what is wrong with you?
A lot.
Mia then says, in her version of events, says, never needed clout. My name carries enough weight on its own.
Child, who said that?
Okay, girl. She then says, the blueprint. Whose blueprint? She says, the blueprint doesn't need permission to recognize itself. Kissy emoji. Let me guess, what's her name has a photo sitting down inside the restaurant too. Here's the funny thing about it. AI has gotten us just ridiculous. But even this photo, though, looks like AI. And I'm not an expert at telling AI the difference between AI and real photos, but I've seen so much AI recently that I'm like, this is giving AI as well. Girl, we need to see you post. Even posting a video nowadays, you can, but at least in the video, you can really tell if it's AI or not. Girl, go live and show us this outfit on. And the crazy part about this, it's not even a black woman that she used. She used this white lady. Okay? So it didn't end there. It didn't end there. In the comment section, Mia's first caption saying, fake news, legal notice emailed my love. So she's threatening Sophie. Okay, girl, this is a lawsuit you're not going to win. I don't even know if you can afford right now to hire a lawyer to fight this.
As much as people don't like you, we will make a GoFundMe for her that will be more successful than the non-successful GoFundMe of Tasha K. Stop it. Stop it, Mia. Stop it. Go handle your nephew incognito. Go handle your uncle. I gotta look up who Mia Thornton dated, child. Mia Thornton. Yes, check in with your Uncle Gordon and check in with your nephew Incognito. Okay, you that's what you need to do. And you playing around with cousin Bobby Valentino.
Had to spend the night in jail. But okay.
Child.
Unrelated to this, for those that might be new here. She that's a whole other story. Google it on my channel. Someone in the comment section responds to me and says, girl, bye, you been lying. Look, if you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, Mia is definitely not a reliable reporter when it comes to the truth. Another person says, laughing face emoji, girl, bye, you know you did that ish. Another person says, girl, bye, you're photoshopped it and got caught. Most of your pics will look AI anyways. Well, damn. They do. Oh, Mia. So here's the funny part. So many people, including Tammy Roman, are now recreating these photos, taking Sophie's original photo and placing their heads on top of it. I like Tammy Roman's, but Sophie is so petty. Sophie's reposting everyone that has superimposed themselves on her body.
But you know what? Sophie is making it do what it do because you know why? This is getting her some social capital. So I'm not mad at Sophie. We, as the Black congregation, trade Mia Thornton for Sophie O'Neal.
Hello. Would you like Saratoga or tap water?
Ew, tap. Give me the Saratoga, please.
Sure thing.
Child, your ass is just as broke as Milagro Grams. Beggars can't be choosers. Mia Thornton's the light-skinned version of Milagro Grams, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on.
Wait, I'm confused. Weren't you here yesterday? Same outfit, same bag, same everything. The hair color is a little different. The necklace is slightly different. But with all this AI stuff going on, I must be losing it.
Excuse me? Who is that? And are you calling me AI? I am real. Can AI drink water?
What? You do know AI literally needs water to live, but you sound believable. Oh my God. I knew I left my bag. Hopefully you didn't get too many germs.
First of all, the face card is carding, okay? Listen.
On it.
So now she's in with the joke, but the joke is Mia. Oh, Mia. Isn't this the same lady that Carlos King said was the future of Potomac?
Indeed.
Lies you tell. Where's my lies? Hold on. I've added some new stuff back to the thing. Here we go.
The lies.
Lies and more lies. But we shouldn't be surprised. That's the thing. I don't know Sophie O'Neill from anywhere, but what we know of Mia Thornton, she has a very terrible relationship with the truth. And she might have some sticky fingers. So if she would steal those people's furniture, allegedly, we haven't even gotten an update on that situation. If she would allegedly take those people's furniture, she would definitely take somebody's body and superimpose her head on top of it. All right. And some of you have been trying and tagging. Guys, tag me in your version of Sophie O'Neill's picture, and I'm going to repost it on my Instagram. Please tag me in your photos, and I'm going to repost it because I'm in on the joke. At this particular point, we need something to laugh about.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. Shout out to Kim Byer. So what we're going to do now is we are going to watch 3 story times, everybody. So this young lady here, her name is Sanaya Danae, right? And I want to give a shout out to Sky by Nature because that's where I first saw, and then I saw Show Styles and Spirit. Shout out to her as well. Just listen to this. Now, this is about Kelli for real. I just want you to listen.
Okay, y'all, I've got like over 1,000 replies, likes, and shares, and comments, and whatever. So I'm gonna do the story time. This is a story time about working for a peach that don't pay her bills. And this, I'm not gonna say like real names and like exact, everything, just because like I really don't care to. Like you know what I mean? What I will say too is the only reason I'll talk about it now is because the lawsuit itself is over. That is public documents. I mean, it's like you can search my name in lawsuit and it'll literally pop up. Okay, so this story started back last year around like the end of July, August, when I actually got hired. I had just went to like an open call they had, and then I had got like hired on the spot. So upon getting hired, we had like a couple physical training days as well as days we actually had to go to the McDonough location to train. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever the case may be. So at the time I was living with my mom. Just finished my freshman year of college, if I want to say, and I was living with my mom in Loganville. So I would have to commute from Loganville all the way to McDonough, which already was a drive because the location is supposed to be in Sandy Springs, which is closer to school.
Now, y'all do know that Kelli for real has a location in McDonough, right? That makes $75,000 a month. And then the one in Sandy Springs allegedly makes $15,000 a month. Let's keep going.
I was only getting the job because my school, I go to SCAD in Atlanta, so my school is really, really close to
By the way, SCAD is a art technical school. It's almost like Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. It's a very, very, very prestigious school. I think they just got some new studios, if I'm not mistaken, down there. So, sorry, y'all. Okay. All right, let's continue on, y'all. Sorry.
And I was going to move out there and get my own apartment for school. While on the series, I think the grand opening was televised. We were open before that. So we had opened like a week or two prior to the actual grand opening. She wanted to wait because she wasn't.
So basically opened it up for publicity purposes. Child, that's not following the reality. Now that is something Carlos King would do. All right, y'all, we're gonna do a grand opening for television, but it ain't gonna be real. Once again, Binge-worthy gave the wrong title to him. He is now king of reality TV. He is the court jester of reality TV. I would give him that. I would definitely give him that. Let's continue.
Filming at the time. Okay, cool. So the first red flag was there was a lot of miscommunication with things, and I could just tell that this was going to be an issue. Keeping in mind, the reason I left my previous job before I even got that job was because I worked at another restaurant in Atlanta and we could not get paid on time. Ever since I literally opened that restaurant and we could not get paid on time. And this is not to come for any Black-owned businesses, but mainly that I have this issue with, or like, the under the table payment, or can't get on time, or, nothing's adding up, is, I hate to say it, but our people. So keeping in mind that having that being the reason I literally left my previous job, I'm coming to this job for, job security, you know what I mean? Like just some professionalism that's going on basically. So the first red flag was, I think my training check and my tip out was my first ever payment that I got from them came in a Apple payment. No.
You heard that correctly, an Apple payment. My job, they drop their checks weekly. Now there are different systems. There's like ADP, there's QuickBooks. I'm trying to think what else. There's different systems that you can do. But Apple Pay, no.
Okay.
And then there's a platform called Connect Team where you can do all your scheduling and everybody can download the app so you can see when people clocked in and clocked out. Then you can convert those timesheets to make out the payments and everything else. So there are plenty of platforms and apps that Kelli Farrell could use, but she decides to do Apple Pay payments to her employees. Okay.
No proof of, how they got this number, just in an Apple payment that said, hey, this is your check. And then I'll insert the receipt. Okay, and I'm just going to use my MacBook so you guys can see, but that's the actual.
So $221.47. Right here. Hey, Gigi, we are unable to I've already notified payment arrangements so they can have a better system of communication. Due to my financial obligations, I cannot work without payment. That's from Sanaya. Now, I think that is a very professional DM because it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do this without y'all being professional. If you want me to be professional, I expect y'all to be professional, which is understandable.
So keeping in mind, my first paycheck, which I didn't know at the time, was $100 short. So it's supposed to be like 300 something. But as you see, it was only $211 because I guess the training hours when you train somewhere for a server is like $7. It's minimum wage, $7 an hour, and then the tip out from which your credit card tips or whatever the case may be. At that time, before the grand opening, even a little bit after, there was not heavy traffic. Like, it did not pop off how they were expecting it to pop off, and that was a problem. So fast forward into maybe a week or two. I can't really give you the exact timeframes, but I can just show you the timeframes on the receipts. So that payment that she sent me was on, as you saw, August the 7th. Okay, that was my first ever paycheck. They said that we would get paid every Monday. And I had a feeling that this was going to be a problem because I only worked on the weekends. So I asked my manager, I was like, is this going to be a problem? Because I only work on the weekends and I don't want to miss getting paid. Because from that point on, from my coworkers, this other service, they told me that she said that she was going to pay us in Zelle or cash, either the Peach or the Peach's mom. So I was like,
now, paying under the table means you can avoid taxes and stuff. Now, I'm not saying that Kelli Farrell, forged her husband's signature for a utilities contract, Destiny Paying. I'm not saying Kelly's done that. Destiny Paying has done that, though. But, listen, it's a history, but it doesn't define destiny, but it has happened, okay? Listen. But with that being said, though, if you are paying people under the table, are you doing tax fraud and not reporting your taxes? I'm just asking, because that don't seem right to me.
If I'm not here on Mondays to get my cash, or is there gonna just send me my Zelle? Like, do I have to actually be in the room to get this money? Like, it was so many questions that I had, and I just knew, like, the flags just kept coming. I just knew it was gonna be a problem. So I think the next week comes around, and I'm just like, okay, so. No, my friend, which was the host at the time, she came to me and she was like, did you get paid this week? And I was thinking about it and I was like, no, actually, I didn't get paid. And she was like, yeah, we didn't either. And it's going on Thursday and they're not saying nothing, this and that. So I'm like, interesting. You're right. So it got to a point on my next shift, I think it was like Friday, Saturday or whatever, they still did not come and pay us. So there was a couple servers that were just like, well, between the servers and hostess, they were just like, well, if the payment don't come by this time, then I'm walking out. Like, I'm not dealing with this. And I was like, that's real. Like, I definitely understand it. Me trying to be a team player and take one for the team. There was 2 days I was actually in that too. I walked in on a Saturday morning shift and I was the only server. I was the only server in that restaurant. It was me, my manager, the dishwasher, and I think about
Kelli.
2-3 cooks, and the hostess, who later walked out. Yeah. I was the only server. So it was like when the tables was coming in, I was taking all these tables by myself. My manager, she literally was doing everything she could to help.
Now, if Kelly's not sounding like the Stormy Steele of Atlanta, Georgia, with not knowing how to return, payments to customers and delays in shipping and everything in between, child. Now, listen, I mentioned Stormy Steele in the Essence article, okay? That is a pass that Stormy has, okay? Listen, don't you at me, okay? Listen. But it's just seeming to me, right, that obviously Kelly needs some help operationally. But also, too, child, like, you up here giving all the smoke to Britt Edie, saying she ain't this, that, and the third. And, child, she took down one of the former legends of Housewives. The place where Kenya Moore did Revenge P, she lost that place because of what she tried to do to somebody else. And Britt Edie still got her Mercedes, drove by it, and is living her best life. And bravo, I say pay Britt Edie and move the hell on. You try and roast Britt Edie, you try and roast Portia. You being in deranged energy with your next door neighbors, child. Then allegedly you dress your 14-year-old provocatively and her looking at ice cream cone suggestively. But child, you have no room to talk. You have no room to talk. You have no room to talk. But this is just part one, y'all. We got 2 more parts to this.
And it was just crazy. Like, we had not been paid, and here I am still trying to be a dumb bird, take one for the team, a team that don't care about us, obviously.
First of all, you are not a dumb bird. You were raised right. Kelly is the dumb bird, okay?
And just thug it out. So by the end of my shift, my manager, she's just like, well, the Peaches mom is coming to bring the cash or whatever the case may be. Just wait around, she should be here around like 3-4. Mind you, we closed at I think it was 4 or 5. We might close at 4 and got out there about 5 after we cleaned up everything. Okay, so this is part 2 of working for a Peach that don't pay her bills. So at this point, it's like Saturday, Sunday, I told my manager, like, look, I just busted my butt today by myself. Me and you in the dirt together today. And if I don't get paid by the time I leave here today or by the time before I come in tomorrow, I'm not coming back until I'm paid. Yep. Period. And I shouldn't even have said that. I should just say I'm not coming back, period. But still, I'm trying. You know what I mean? I really do be trying. So I'm just like, if I don't get paid, I'm not coming back. And at this time, I had texted the Peaches mom because she was a person over payroll. And then I also emailed the HR. I don't want to spread no rumors, but when we had emailed HR, the email was out of business that week. I'm assuming the bill wasn't paid. So.
Say what? Does Kelly not have an HR person? That's why she's one person doing multiple things, child. And by the way, look at this. Girl, that's what happened to me in 2019 when it was at the Connors location. They didn't even have HR then to see if Connors is suing her right now. Kelly, Andy, this better be addressed on the damn reunion.
Okay, cool. No response. Mind you, I saw the text. The text literally went through. I can show you the text.
Because what this is sounding like, this is sounding like some Carlos King-ish of how Carlos King really don't bring up DV on his shows and he hides it under the rug. It's giving that energy of Kelly ain't talking about none of her financial issues. Now, she did say she was in the red, stuff like that. But child, you got Connors, the city of Connors, Georgia, suing you, but you want to flame everybody else. Okay, so it was actually Friday. Oh, dang. I was on myself on a Friday. So, yes, Friday, August 15th, that's when I sent this text message. Oh, my gosh, I forgot to tell y'all. Okay, so during this time, too, I was applying for my apartment for school, right? Because
the student housing for SCAD is like an extra $10,000 to $14,000 on top of tuition. So I already did it before. I was like, okay, if you crunch the numbers, we're only in school for 2.5 months. That's almost like, you know, that's a lot of money in rent. So it would make more sense for me to get an apartment so that it could take some money off my tuition. So that's what I was gonna do. So that's what I did. I applied for an apartment in like upper west side or whatever the case may be. I use my pay stubs because at the time too, I was also an early development childhood nanny. So I would nanny for prestige families in the higher communities or whatever the case may be through an agency. So I use my pay stubs for that, as well as, you know, the generated tip out, because generally the tip out wasn't huge. I mean, the tip I was making wasn't huge, but it definitely, you know, it was a little something that could help tip over the favors and with my nanny salary. So, okay, cool. So I remember applying, everything was going great, this and that, and something came back on the forefront of which I used the Nana's tip out. So for those who don't know and don't work in like the hospitality restaurant industry, there is a system called Toast. A lot of restaurants use it, and through Toast, you can clock in, clock out, see your tip out, see how much you've made, see, you know what I mean? You could track everything through that. So a lot of people, even though that being a server is a, you know, not a really a wage heavy job, but like a tip heavy job, if you can provide at least 3 to 4 months of consistent or, you know, around the same amount of tips, they will accept that. So for any other job that I've used Toast for, it has worked. But specifically working with this one, I submitted it and they sent it back as, I don't want to say fraudulent activity, but they said that it couldn't be authorized. It couldn't be verified. That threw me for a loop. Like that literally, genuinely, just, I was so lost. I didn't really know. I was just trying to figure out. So with that coming back, it looked very suspicious. And I remember the leasing office the leasing agent had called me and she was just like, yeah, it's something coming back very funny with, you know, the Toast account that you leaked and the information that you're providing. It's almost seeming as though like there's a lot of, you know, not even a lot, but there's money that's unaccounted for and unauthorized. Like we can't verify it. And she was just saying that, you know, at this point, I do think that maybe you should either pull the application or, you know, they can investigate further, but there's no telling what they could find. So I'm like, that's very, very weird. Like, what is going on? Keeping in mind, this is before all this stuff had fully happened. So this was after I got my first paycheck too. So this was about the time I was waiting for my second paycheck. So I ended up pulling the application. I lost the money for that, of course. And yeah. And that's why I will always tell you, like, God really works in mysterious ways, because had I got that apartment and they was withholding my money like they was wage theft, I would have been shit-faced. So mind you, that happened while I was literally at work on one of my shifts. So immediately I'm starting to actually think about it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? Wait, these people are actually kind of right, because why in the first place, if we're using Toast for our payroll, are we not getting paid through Toast? Why, if Toast has all the numbers, why are they not just paying us like every other job does? Why am I getting paid through Apple Pay? Like, I see what they mean. Like, this does look like fraudulent activity. How are your numbers coming from Toast, but you're getting paid through Apple Pay and Zelle? So fast forward a little bit, I don't get paid. So I don't go to that shift. And I keep texting my manager throughout the week, like, hey, has the payment hit? Like, you know, have you got an update? She's like, no, I'm sorry, like this and that. So I haven't been going to work. I don't know who's been going to work actually too, because me and the other servers, they was telling me, they was like, you been paid? Yeah, you been paid? No, I have not been paid. I haven't. Even the cooks in the back, some of them told me they hadn't got paid. And and on my last day there, even, you know, it's bad when the mommies in the kitchen come and tell you, like, No, there was two of them that had came on my last day working, and they was just like, Mino De Niro. Like, she was like, I need to get paid. She came up there her office. She was like, I need to get paid now, or I'm not coming back. Like, it was bad. Nobody had been paid. And when I finally when HR finally got back to me about it, like, we'll get into that. They made it seem like, oh, nobody was, withholding your payment on purpose. How? When your whole staff was walking out and everybody had not get paid, everybody was contacting you, this and that. And then my thing too is, when we first started there, they said the main person over payroll was the Peach's mom. We went directly to the fucking source and we still had not got paid. So what do you mean? We texted your mom directly. So it's just like, genuinely, who's fucking lying? Because we went straight to the source and emailed HR. What do you mean? But you know what? I give HR grace because, again, the bill had not been paid that week because the email bounced. So how? So at this point, 2 weeks had passed by, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking let it go. Like, it is what I'm gonna chalk it up. Like, I don't even give a fuck about the money no more. It ain't even about the money for me. Like, I'm gonna get this shit back. I don't give a fuck. Like, we've been kicked out of better places, Janika. So I'm just like, you know what? Whatever the fuck. Okay, cool. But then one of my coworkers sent me like the Peaches Instagram or whatever, and she was like, they were like posted up in a Sprinter. I can't remember what, like, they were posted up in a Sprinter moving her daughter into school. And that, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, that riddled me so bad because literally I had lost the apartment for school, like I told y'all. So this was like the end of August. Mind you, school started the first week of September. So I was like, I made the decision to not go to school that semester because I was like, I'm not gonna put my mom financially through that burden of trying to put up my tuition because my mom is a real single mom. You know what I mean? She literally do this by herself day in and day out since I was born. She didn't have no choice. My dad died before I was born. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was so irritated. So I had took off the semester of school because of that and lost the apartment, whatever the case may be. So I was like, you know what? I'm not letting this shit slide. Like, I was gonna, but now I'm not. So that's when it was 2 weeks after I had not been paid that I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it to civil suit. When doing my research about civil suits, back pay, wage theft, and stuff like that, I researched all the things that, the clauses that you could put in there as far as, the things that you've lost because of this wage, insecurity, as well as like, okay, so okay, we kind of breezing through it, but y'all get an idea. So I filed the suit, I want to say August 24th, 25th. This was now 2 weeks after I had not been paid. I have not received no type of communication. vacation at this point. Like, literally, everybody has gone ghost, except for my manager. She was so amazing. Yeah. So I filed August 24th, 25th. Then 2 days after I filed is when one of her representatives finally reached out and was like, oh, we've heard that you guys hadn't been paid. So now at this point, we were 3 weeks behind on payment. 3 weeks. And now you're just remembering, oh shoot, I need to pay something. That means you already, people whoever was still working at that point had already missed 3 different paychecks, and now you're just saying, oh my gosh, I forgot you guys need to be paying to pay you. Like, please tell me what, like, y'all, for real. Literally up here playing in people's face. Gotta be, because there's no way. I know people who will get up with you about $20. So imagine you're missing 3 weeks worth of somebody's paycheck in this economy. Please, please, please. So 2 days after I filed the suit, they reached out and was like, oh my gosh, like, what's your Zelle? Like, we're gonna Zelle you. Initially, and I want to speak on that too, because initially when the lawsuit came out, a representative said that, oh, well, we offer her a certified check and this and that. No, the fuck you didn't. You didn't offer me that until I said something about it. Until I said, and again, you're trying to pay me in Zelle with no pay stub, no documentation. So I know for a fact you're not taking out no taxes. So honestly, I can't even file this for my fucking taxes, because I know for it, unless I get a 1099, and even that, because the numbers are not right. And then when they tried to offer me and pay me my last check, I was missing money. That's when I went down and and I had to provide the spreadsheet, of which I provided to the courts, of that they're not properly keeping track of the money we're making. They're not properly keeping track of our hourly. They're not properly taking out taxes. They're not doing nothing right on the business forefront of things. So yeah. So mind you, this happened in August. So I declined the check, because I was like, if you're not going to pay me the back pay, and liquidated damages, we have nothing to talk about. I already filed the civil suit. So if you're going to pay me the back pay and liquidated damages, then I'll withdraw the suit. But I'm not taking just this money, because again, this is 3 weeks late. You guys knowingly withhold it. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot sit up and run a business and for 3 weeks forget to pay somebody when you're supposed to pay them every Monday. That's not how it works. So fast forward to September, the first week of September. This is when she actually got served, and this is when everything hit the blogs and the headlines. So at the time of the suit, I was 18 years old. I need everybody to know. And I was a fresh 18. I had just turned 18 that year, earlier that year. So I want to say not going through the proper channels, but me wanting to do everything on my own and for going to filing on my own and figuring out things on my own. I knew that there was a potential that this could go public, but I didn't know everything that would come with it. And by that, I mean, like, when the blogs actually did leak this information, I felt like I knew that this was public record, but I didn't know that everything would be public record. I remember vaguely the day that it went viral or it went live, that my mom's address was actually leaked too. And
sorry, y'all. Damn it. Why in the hell? Oh, give me a moment, y'all. I'll be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. I am so sorry. StreamYard again. And we got time, y'all. We got time. Because I want to make sure this young lady's story gets out. So we're gonna go back to part 2. I was talking the whole time too. So let's go back to part two.
So this is part 2 of working for a peach that don't pay her bills. So at this point, it's like Saturday, Sunday. I told my manager, like, look, I just busted my butt today by myself. You, me and you in the dirt together today. And if I don't get paid by the time I leave here today, or by the time before I come in tomorrow, I'm not coming back until I'm paid. Period. And I shouldn't even have said that. I should just not coming back. Period. But still, I'm trying. You know what I mean? I really do be trying. I really do be trying. So I'm just like, if I don't get paid, I'm not coming back. And at this time, I had texted the Peach's mom because she was a person over payroll. And then I also emailed the HR. I don't want to spread no rumors, but when we had emailed HR, the email was out of business that week. I'm assuming the bill was paid. So, okay, cool. No response. Mind you,
this is the thing too, right? Like, if you are a person that's doing multiple things, then you just need to say, hey, listen, I'm HR, I'm this, that, and the third. Because her sending that to HR and then the email not being available, there's something in the Kool-Aid ain't sweet about that at all.
Oh, the text literally went through. I can show you the text. Okay, so it was actually Friday. Oh, dang. I was on myself on a Friday. So, yes, Friday.
So here we go. Hey, Gigi, I'm writing to inform you that I will be unable to attend my shift tomorrow. The decision is due to the current uncertainty regarding my pay until I receive my due wages and clear commitment about consistent pay in the future. I cannot continue working. I've already notified management, so they have time to prep. I hope that moving forward that we can establish a better system of communication and more consistent payment arrangement due to my financial obligations. I cannot work without assurance of timely and accurate payments. Sincerely, Sanaya. First of all, very, very well done in terms of, just not everybody who's on TikTok is stupid. Okay. I know that Gen Z has a problem with, attention spans, but no, this young woman, she deserves a full ride scholarship to SCAD from NBC Universal and a job at NBC Universal. Okay. Just keeping it a buck. Let's keep going.
Friday, August 15th, that's when I sent this text message. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell y'all. Okay, so during this time too, I was applying for my apartment for school, right? Because the student housing for SCAD is like an extra $10,000 to $14,000 on top of tuition. So I already did it before. I was like, okay, if you crunch the numbers, we're only in school for 2.5 months. That's almost like, that's a lot of money in rent. So it would make more sense for me to get an apartment so that it could take some money off my tuition. So that's what I was gonna do. So that's what I did. I applied for an apartment in like upper west side or whatever the case may be. I used my pay stubs because at the time too, I was also an early development childhood nanny. So I would nanny for prestige families in the higher communities or whatever the case may be through an agency. So I used my pay stubs for that as well as, the generated tip out, because generally the tip out wasn't huge. I mean, the tip I was making wasn't huge, but it definitely, it was a little something that could help tip over the favors and with my nanny salary. So, okay, cool. So I remember applying, everything was going great, this and that, and something came back on the forefront of which I used the Nana's tip out. So for those who don't know and don't work in like the hospitality restaurant industry, there is a system called Toast. A lot of restaurants use it, and through Toast, you can clock in, clock out, see your tip out, see like how much you made, see, you know what I mean? You could track everything through that. So a lot of people, even though that being a server is not a really a wage heavy job, but like a tip heavy job, if you can provide at least 3 to 4 months of consistent or, around the same amount of tips, they will accept that. So for any other job that I've used Toast for, it has worked. But specifically working with this one, I submitted it and they sent it back as, I don't want to say fraudulent activity, but
now listen, it's sounding like Kelly paying Kelly Farrell. I'm sorry, that was a slip of the tongue. I meant to say, it sounds like Kelly Farrell frauded her husband's signature for a utilities contract. Destiny Payne did that, not Kelly Farrell. But it is giving fraudulent activity though, because why in the hell If you're making $75,000 a month at one location, you're making $15,000 a month at another location, that you're moving this energy. That's not cool. That's not right. That's disrespectful.
They said that it couldn't be authorized. Like, it couldn't be verified. That threw me for a loop. Like, that literally, genuinely, I was so lost. I didn't really know. I was just trying to figure out. So with that coming back, it looked very suspicious. And I remember the leasing office the leasing agent had called me, and she was just like, yeah, it's something coming back very funny with, the Toast account that you leaked and the information that you're providing. It's almost seeming as though, like, there's a lot of, not even a lot, but there's money that's unaccounted for and unauthorized. Like, we can't verify it. And she was just saying that, at this point, I do think that maybe you should either pull the application or, they can investigate further, but there's no telling what they could find. So I'm like, that's very, very weird. Like, what is going on? Keeping in mind, this is before all this stuff had fully happened. So this was after I got my first paycheck too. So this was about the time I was waiting for my second paycheck. So I ended up pulling the application. I lost the money for that, of course. And yeah. And that's why I will always tell you, like, God really works in mysterious ways, because had I got that apartment and they was withholding my money like they was wage theft, I would have been shit-faced. So mind you, that happened while I was literally at work on one of my shifts. So immediately I'm starting to actually think about it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? Wait, these people are actually kind of right. Because why in the first place, if we're using Toast for our payroll, are we not getting paid through Toast?
Right.
Why, if Toast has all the numbers, why are they not just paying us like every other job does? Why am I getting paid through Apple Pay? Like, I see what they mean. Like, this does look like fraudulent activity. How are your numbers coming from Toast, but you're getting paid through Apple Pay?
Now, it's sounding like she's the Stormy Steele of Atlanta. Y'all remember Stormy Steele had problems with trying to keep up with sending out products on time, had all those returns, then want to return stuff to people, this, that, and the third. Not trying to shade Stormy Steele. That's her past. She's trying to move forward, but it's still her past, okay? I don't like people disrespecting people. I just don't do that. Right is right, wrong is wrong, okay? And like I said to Trullo, he probably is saying, rubbing his hands like Birdman, like, yeah, I told y'all. But you are also not allowing your kids to be on TV. So you're just like a Martell Holt. Like I said, kids should have the final decision of if they want to be on TV or not you, nor Martell or any narc, okay? Good Lord, that word got so over damn used by a waste of life. It should have been swallowed by her mother, but that's neither here nor there. Let's continue on.
And Zale. So fast forward a little bit, I don't get paid, so I don't go to that shift. And I keep texting my manager throughout the week, like, hey, has the payment hit? Like, have you got an update? She's like, no, I'm sorry, like, this and that. So I haven't been going to work. I don't know who's been going to work actually too, because me and the other servers, they was telling me, they was like, you been paid? Yeah, you been paid? No, I have not been paid. I haven't. Even the cooks in the back, some of them told me they hadn't got paid. And and on my last day there, even, it's bad when the mommies in the kitchen come and tell you, like, no, there was two of them that had came on my last day working, and they was just like, dinero. Like, she was like, I need to get paid. She came up through her office. She was like, I need to get paid now or I'm not coming back. Like, it was bad. Nobody had been paid. And when I finally when HR finally got back to me about it, like, we'll get into that, they made it seem like, nobody was, withholding your payment on purpose. How? When your whole staff was walking out and everybody had not get paid, everybody was contacting you, this and that. And then my thing too is, when we first got there, they said the main person over payroll was the Peach's mom. We went directly to the fucking source and we still had not got paid. So what do you mean? We texted your mom directly. So it's just like, genuinely, who's fucking lying? Because we went straight to the source and emailed HR. What do you mean? But you know what? I give HR grace because, again, the bill had not been paid that week because the email bounced. So how? So at this point, 2 weeks had passed by, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking let it go. Like, it is what I'm gonna chalk it up. Like, I don't even give a fuck about the money no more. It ain't even about the money for me. Like, I'm gonna get this shit back to I'm saying I don't give a fuck. Like, we've been kicked out of better places, Janika. So I'm just like, you know what? Whatever the fuck. Okay, cool. But then one of my coworkers sent me like the Peaches Instagram or whatever, and she was like, they were like posted up in a Sprinter. I can't remember what, like they were posted up in a Sprinter moving her daughter into school. And that, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, that riddled me so bad because literally I had lost the apartment for school, like I told y'all. So this was like the end of August. Mind you, school started the first week of September. So I was like, I made the decision to not go to school that semester because I was like, I'm not going to put my mom financially through that burden of trying to put up my tuition because my mom is a real single mom. You know what I mean? She literally do this by herself day in and day out since I was born. She didn't have no choice. My dad died before I was born. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was so irritated. So I had took off the semester of school because of that and lost the apartment, whatever the case may be. So I was like, you know what? I'm not letting this shit slide. Like I was gonna, but now I'm not. So that's when it was 2 weeks after I had not been paid that I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it to civil suit. When doing my research about civil suits, back pay, wage theft, and stuff like that, I researched all the things that, you know, the clauses that you could put in there as far as, you know, the things that you've lost because of this wage, you know, insecurity, as well as like, okay, so this is part 2.
Now, I do want to say this, right? This woman is going to have a bright future. This is why I was saying why I was muted and y'all couldn't see me and stuff. Sometimes I know people worry about the Gen Z TikTok generation. As long as we got people like this queen right here, we're going to be fine. And also, too, I don't like paying everybody for broad brush. I don't think everybody in Gen Z is stupid. I think there are some amazing Gen Z people that are eons beyond what we could think, right? And that's how each generation is supposed to do it. And not to mention too, I relate because there was a thing called Parent Plus law, and thank God through my parents and through them doing what they did, I am debt free. I don't have any debt to my name from college or anything else. So I praise God for that. Yeah, this woman definitely deserved to win her lawsuit. And Kelli, you need to be off of Bravo. I mean, if they got Jen Shaw off the air for what she did, this is kind of giving a little bit of that energy. The Black Jen Shaw of Atlanta, Kelly Farrell. Okay, let's go to part 3.
Okay, we kind of breezing through it, but y'all get an idea. So I filed the suit, I want to say August 24th, 25th. This was now 2 weeks after I had not. Okay, so this is part 2.
Before we move on, girl, that's what happened. Hang on. Hey, Deborah Randall, good to see you. Girl, that's what happened to me in 2019 when it was at the Connors location. They didn't even have HR then. Say Connors are suing them right now. Yeah. Yes, just wanted to bring that up. Okay, now let's go.
Okay, we kind of breezing through it, but y'all get an idea. So I filed the suit, I want to say August 24th, 25th. This was now 2 weeks after I had not been paid. I have not received no type of communication at this point. Like, literally, everybody has gone ghost, except for my manager. She was so amazing. Yeah. So I filed August 24th, 25th. Then 2 days after I filed is when one of her representatives finally reached out and was like, oh, we've heard that you guys hadn't been paid. So now at this point, we were 3 weeks behind on payment.
And that's not cool at all.
And now you're just remembering, oh,
so
shit.
She's 3 weeks behind payment now. So it was 2 weeks, but then it came to 3 weeks. And now representative, right, is now coming forward, even though HR's email address wasn't available when she emailed them.
I need to pay somebody. That means you already, people whoever was still working at that point had already missed 3 different paychecks, and now you're just saying, oh my gosh, I forgot you guys need to be paying to pay you. Like, please tell me what, like, y'all, for real. Literally up here playing in people's face. Gotta be, because there's no way. I know people who will get up with you about $20. So imagine you're missing 3 weeks worth of somebody's paycheck in this economy.
factual.
Please. So 2 days after I filed the suit, they reached out and was like, oh my gosh, like, what's your Zelle? Like, we're going to Zelle you. Initially, and I want to speak on that too, because initially when the lawsuit came out, a representative said that, oh, well, we offer her a certified check and this and that. No, the fuck you didn't. You didn't offer me that until I said something about it. Until I said, and again, you're trying to pay me in Zelle with no pay stub, no documentation. So I know for a fact you're not taking out no taxes. So honestly, I can't even file this for my fucking taxes because I know unless I get a 1099, and even that, because the numbers are not right. And then when they tried to offer me and pay me my last check, I was missing money. That's when I went down and and I had to provide the spreadsheet of which I provided to the courts of that they're not properly keeping track of the money we're making. They're not properly keeping track of our hourly. They're not properly taking out taxes. They're not doing nothing right on the business forefront of things. So, yeah. So, mind you, this happened in August. So, I declined this check because I was like, if you're not going to pay me the back pay, and liquidated damages, we have nothing to talk about. I already filed the civil suit. So, if you're going to pay me the back pay and liquidated damages, then I'll withdraw the suit. But I'm not taking just this money because, again, this is 3 weeks late. You guys knowingly withhold it. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot sit up and run a business and for 3 weeks forget to pay somebody when you're supposed to pay them every Monday. That's not how it works.
No. And not to mention too, most businesses, they either pay weekly or bi-weekly, and usually you get paid either on Thursdays or Fridays. If it's bi-weekly, you gotta wait until the second Friday or the second Friday or the second Thursday. If you get paid weekly, you usually get paid on Thursdays or you get paid on Fridays. And then some people, they do get paid, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, which I don't get that, but okay.
Forward to September, the first week of September. This is when she actually got served, and this is when everything hit the headlines. So at the time of the suit, I was 18 years old. I need everybody to know. And I was a fresh 18. I had just turned 18 that year, earlier that year. So I want to say not going through the proper channels, but me wanting to do everything on my own and for going to file it on my own and figuring out things on my own. I knew that there was a potential that this could go public, but I didn't know everything that would come with it. And by that, I mean, like when the blogs actually did leak this information, I felt like I knew that this was public record, but I didn't know that everything would be public record. I remember vaguely the day that it went viral or it went live that my mom's address was actually leaked too. And
that was out of line. That was completely asinine, disrespectful, and classless behavior. Now, I get that we're trying to get to the root of the story, but also too, like, y'all, treat people how you want to be treated. I know some people don't have the capacity, capability, comprehension of brain cells to do that, or the tissue to aim for the tour, or the tissue to birth out child, to be responsible, have integrity, be accountable for what they do. DL Whisperer, AL, Milagro Grams, Tasha K, and the rest of y'all that decide to feel how y'all want to feel about me. Well, I never done nothing wrong to any of y'all personally, including people that actually knew me personally, virtually personally, wanted to throw me away though. Now that waste of life should have been swallowed by her mothers off of YouTube. Now you can't say nothing. Okay. But yeah, some of y'all are getting notices that y'all can't create original content on YouTube. My Lord Jesus, moving on. And I was baffled because, and my mom was too, because at the time my mom was looking at, she's literally just now becoming, you know what I mean? She was literally just a minor almost yesterday, and you're telling all our business, you know what I mean? And then there was a time that we had somebody come to our house and like take pictures, and like, it was so weird. Like during that time, I didn't know everything that was going to come with that. And if I could have did it differently, I probably would have got a lawyer just to like, shield me on that forefront, because it was a lot of things that just like, you know what I mean? I feel like I had no privacy at that point. You know what I mean? And I didn't really want that. I really just wanted my money. Like, I don't really care what anybody else says or what they say. I really wanted my money. And if she was in this position or anybody else,
you would understand that too.
Yep.
In this, I'm telling you, in this economy, I live in Buckhead. Gas was almost $7 when gas was at its highest. You think I'm about to play with you about a paycheck?
Oh hell,
girl, I'll see you in court. So yeah, when that happened, it was crazy. And then on the other forefront too, it was so distasteful to see. Like it was 50-50. Like it was some people that was just like, oh, like, you know, I could definitely see this. And then also at the same time, it was people who were like, what is she suing this much for? This and that. So I'm actually gonna break that down for us, actually. So in total now, the full thing was $19,000 that I was awarded from the court. This is the final order and final thing.
Come on!
You can read that to see that I'm not lying. It's an actual court document. That's the actual final ruling. So I actually won.
Let me go back for a second.
This is
right here. Oh. Okay, first of all, you ain't gotta drop all that choco.
Okay, we kind of breezing through it, but y'all getting an idea.
But let me, because I was trying to see it.
To follow it on my own and figuring out. I remember was the time my mom with that, and if I could have did it, you know what I mean. And I didn't really want people who were in the court. This is.
So as you can see here, it came down on May 20th, 2026. It's been ordered, adjudicated, and decreed and granted.
This is the final
that a judgment
order
entered into the favor of the plaintiff against the defendant, jointly and severely.
$1,000 that I was awarded from the court. This.
And severely in the principal amount of $18,788.52 together, along with the cost of the court. Signed on this day, the 12th of June, 2026. And y'all see who that says, right? That says Nana Chicken and Waffles, Kelli Farrell. Kelli! And I'm not saying alleged on this story at all. There's the court document. There is the court document. Moving on.
This is the final order and final thing. You can read that to see that I'm not lying. It's an actual court document. That's the actual final ruling. So I actually won for all those who were, you know what I mean, in my business saying, oh, that she's this is that. So please. So the actual suit itself was a wage theft suit because it was stolen wages. We agreed to a contract, or whatever the case may be. We agreed to a wage that I was going to receive that I never received. So I filed for a wage theft, and then that was about these numbers are rough estimates. These are not.
Now you see how everybody is supporting her. I mean, sincerely. PhD people are coming to her chat. Yeah, they did need this tea at the reunion. I would have been like, wait a minute, if I'm Andy Cohen, I would have gladly brought her out and let the paperwork speak for itself. And I would not have cared. Nope, we're not moving on from this, Kelli. Nope, we're not. Eat the cake anime, eat the waffle anime, eat the chicken anime.
Not the exact numbers, but I would say I was owed a back pay of about $900, right? So
you should have just paid the $900.
And back pay and liquidated damages, they just times that number by 2. So that's now $18,000 in, not I say $18,000, my bad. $1,800 in money. That's, back pay, liquidated damages. And then I did, the blogs did get that part right. They it was $5,000 in emotional damages because I'm going through it. Like I'm literally at home trying to figure out my next job. Then on top of that, like trying to get my life together. I just missed the whole semester of school that I'm gonna have to make up now. Like that was in there too. So my lawsuit was just everything that I lost because of that one hiccup. Like, life comes at you so fast, and just because of that one hiccup, I lost a lot. Like, you know what I mean? I wasted my time. I could have been doing something that just genuinely benefited me. So yes, I sued for my wage. My wage theft was like $900. Then the liquidated damages back pay, which is $1,800, $5,000 emotional damages because I'm hurt. Like, I'm literally irritated as fuck. I'm going through it because
would be.
I don't have to explain it. Y'all get it. You, like, if you were in that situation right now and you had obligations and responsibilities and bills to pay, you would be mad too. I'm telling you right now. So yes, and then I don't even have time to sit down and be on somebody's couch talking about my feelings because life goes on and I have real shit to do. Nothing is gonna stop not being need to be paid because I'm mad or I'm sad. I got shit to do. And then I put in there a clause for my tuition because since I missed a semester of school, I'm gonna need $10,000 because when you go to school during a summer course or a summer class, the government FAFSA does not help you with that.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to pay that out of pocket actually. And SCAD wants the whole thing. I paid, it was like a $500 clause for back taxes that I probably will have to pay just because, I will have to figure out, what to do with that. And then also, I'm trying to think what else was in there. The money that I lost for the apartment. So the apartment that I lost because of, their
incompetency,
undocumented wages and, inaccurate spreadsheets on Toast or whatever.
Their tragicness in terms of being a company. Yes, you can say all that.
Where the system was. And there was something else, but yeah. And I won it all. I actually won it all because, they responded publicly, but never responded to the courts. And then never went to any court dates. So.
Never went to any court dates. Sound like the Wendy Orfezzo of Atlanta.
That's just in a nutshell. And that was my life. And yeah.
Very well done to that sister. Very well done. Kelli, get on your good foot and get to stepping off of Roa. This should have been on the reunion. Andy Cohen and Bravo. If Portia's divorce can be dragged, if y'all can make fun of Angel and Kay with her picture frame, y'all can bring back Phaedra after she lied. That need to be on the fucking damn reunion. If Kenya Revenge P. Moore did what she did to Britt E., this should have been on the damn reunion. Ain't no damn sense. Kelli, screw you, heifer. Now, speaking of somebody that just is, y'all know Big Tigger, right? A lot going on with Big Tigger. Okay, here we go from TMZ. I don't like people not respecting people like that. That just angers me to no end. It really does. Okay. So here is Big Tigger, mug shot from Battery Child Cruelty Bust. This is an exclusive. Here's the booking photo for Big Tigger poll. Here's the booking photo Big Tigger posed for after being arrested in Georgia for battery and third-degree cruelty to children. TMZ obtained the radio host mugshot showing him sporting a slight grin. As we previously reported, according to police records, longtime radio personality and former host of BET's Iconic or Black Conic Rap City was booked into Fulton County Jail Saturday morning, but bonded out later in the day. Officials with the jail tell us Tigger was released after posting security bonds, or certainty bonds, rather, totaling $10,000, including a $9,000 bond tied to aggravated battery charge and a $1,000 bond related to the cruelty to children charge. According to the document, the incident traces back to a dispute in May between Tigger and his wife Alicia Brown at Sandy Springs home. Brown told investigators the argument erupted over text messages Tigger allegedly exchanged with a female co-worker over several weeks, according to local outlet WSB-TV. Per the affidavit, tensions escalated when Tigger allegedly began yelling during the confrontation and started recording Brown with his cell phone. Brown told police she attempted to take the phone, leading to a struggle in which Tigger allegedly tackled her while trying to gain repossession of the device. As we reported, the cruelty to children charge stems allegations that BT's 13-year-old son was inside the home during the incident and heard the confrontation unfold. My God, today, Jesus. The arrest comes just weeks after Tigger publicly addressed what he described as growing speculation and discussion surrounding his personal life on social media during his radio program. Tigger has not publicly responded to the specific allegations detailed in the arrest affidavit. That's not all, y'all. Shout out to WSB TV. Big Tigger pushed wife, sending her head first into door, warrants say. Morgan was arrested on Saturday, was later released on $10,000 bond, according to court documents. Longtime Atlanta radio host Arian Morgan, also known as Big Tigger, has been arrested on battery, cruelty to children charges. Morgan was arrested on Saturday and was released on $10,000 bond for allegedly assaulting his wife, Alicia Brown. According to the arrest affidavit from May, Morgan and his wife, Alicia Brown, were in an argument in their bedroom over text messages he had received from a female coworker. Brown told police that the back and forth text messages from her husband and the coworker had been going on for a couple of weeks. That's when Brown said Morgan began raising his voice, yelling at her, "You're a psycho." This is all alleged. Brown said Morgan then pulled out his phone and began recording her. Brown said she tried to grab the phone from Morgan's hand, and then he tackled her to the floor to get the phone back during the incident. Brown said she ended up with a small bruise to her lower lip. Brown says she then went down to the basement inside their Sandy Springs home, which is where they work from home. She said Morgan followed her to the basement office. "I will show you, psycho," Brown yelled at Morgan as she unplugged a computer from the wall. The affidavit said, "I helped purchase the equipment for the two of us." I'm just going to say this now. She works in cybersecurity, which you can do from home, and he works in radio and media, right? So he needs a home office, to do corresponding emails and all that type of stuff. Also, you can have a radio studio put in your house. But why would you pull equipment out of a wall where that's both of y'all sources of income is beyond me. But hey, this is the news of the day. Brown says that's when Morgan came up behind her arm and told her to stop. Brown said she told Morgan to leave me alone, take your hands off of me. Brown said after that, Morgan used force to move the victim and shut the victim, causing the victim to stumble first into an office door. The report says Brown sustained a deep cut above her left eye, which we did see that stitch, right? So, according to the affidavit, the incident between the two was all caught on the Ring security system. Brown ended up going to a Dunwoody urgent care clinic where police was ultimately called to investigate. She was then taken to Grady Memorial Hospital because of the severity of the cut. The affidavit said Brown was initially not cooperative, telling police that she was afraid what Morgan might do to me because he's a well-known celebrity and nobody would believe me. Cruelty to children charge comes after the fact that the couple's 13-year-old son was in the home during the fight and heard everything happen. In the last couple of weeks, Morgan addressed on social media and during his radio show what he called significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. And of course,
good morning, Atlanta. I'm extremely privileged to be here this morning. Back at work. Over the past several days, there's been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. I understand this can happen being a public person. I've been doing radio now 32 years and television for 29. I appreciate first and foremost the support and concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false, untrue, not happening, didn't happen. Additionally, it's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I'd like to apologize to you, Francesca, for the impact of these last few days or this last week. I hope you accept my apology. Out of respect for everyone involved, I ask for grace, privacy, and restraint as my family navigates this difficult moment. For more than 30 years, I've had the privilege of serving this in many communities through music, entertainment, and connection. I remain grateful for the trust so many of you have placed in me throughout that journey, and I intend to continue living and leading in that manner, worthy of that trust. And to all the people who have either quietly or loudly stood up and stood 10 toes for me, I appreciate it. For the people who have reached out to check on me, I appreciate you. No name dropping necessary. You know who you are.
There is that from Big Tigger. And he says right here, I want to say categorically that these allegations and accusations that have been circulating are false. He said, I have respect for everyone involved. I ask for grace, privacy, and restraint as my family navigates this difficult moment. Channel 2 Action News, WSB TV, reached out to Morgan's attorney for comment on the story. We are waiting to hear back. And then finally, here is this. Now, this is big. Okay, from 11 Alive, which is a Techno station and also an NBC affiliate. Big Tigger, or to stay away from wife and children in domestic case. Okay, so it's a video. Okay, so here we go. And this came out yesterday, everybody. So. Oh my God, so much going on in the world today.
Don't wait for the next power outage. Premier has Generac generators in stock now. Keep your home powered to keep your family safe and comfortable. Call today for your free quote and $1,000 off installation. Trust the experts at Premier Generators.
Sorry, y'all. I was just trying to
Just got our hands on a new court document that shows a judge has ordered Atlanta radio host from B103, Big Tigger, to stay away from his wife and children. She was granted a temporary protective order yesterday. Big Tigger, as you may know, was arrested over this past weekend on battery charges. He has since been released and denies all of the allegations.
So there is that there. That's everything you need to know about Big Tigger. If there's anything else that you need to know about Big Tigger, I will definitely let you guys know. We do have more Burnley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here and right now. I know this one's a little long in the tooth because the webcam went out. StreamYard. And my microphone too. StreamYard. But we're going to press on. Okay. So check this out from blacknews.com. Once again, our good friends over there. 23-year-old black man becomes first in Louisiana to be cured of sickle cell disease through gene therapy. Let me say that 2 more times. 23-year-old black man becomes first in Louisiana to be cured of sickle cell disease through gene therapy. 23-year-old black man becomes first in Louisiana to be cured of sickle cell disease through gene therapy. This is some amazing news here. Daniel Chrissy, a 23-year-old African-American man from New Orleans, Louisiana, led by Tyler Ray, let the good times roll, baby, has become the first person in his state to be functionally cured of sickle cell disease through gene therapy. After a challenging 2-year treatment journey, doctors say the disease is no longer active in his body, and praise be unto God for that. Chrissy received the groundbreaking treatment at Manning Family Children's Hospital. The procedure used his own stem cells, which doctors edited in a laboratory to stop producing defective cells responsible for sickle cell disease, according to WLBT. The road to recovery was not easy. Speaking during a press conference, Chrissy described the experience as the most difficult challenge of his life. He said the treatment process lasted 2 years and tested him physically and emotionally. Before the procedure, sickle cell disease threatened his dream of becoming a pilot. Now, with the disease no longer active, Chrissy hopes to help others facing similar struggles. He plans to support patients through a nonprofit organization, focus on people undergoing treatment. I don't want anyone else to have to experience the loneliness and uncertainty and hopelessness that I felt a couple of years ago. Doctors say gene therapy offers new hope for people living with sickle cell disease. Louisiana is about home to 3,000 residents. That is astronomical to think about that. 3,000 residents with the condition, many of whom continue to face challenges, accessing advanced treatment options. Chrissy also called for broader access to care. Someone's ability to access treatment and potential cure should not be defined by their zip code or their skin color. Okay. He said people in Louisiana deserve the same opportunity as anywhere else, as people anywhere else in this country. And I fully agree with that. The day we recognize that access can be Yeah, but the day we recognize that access is a tool to achieve elevations, the day we'll all make it. Amen, amen, amen. Shout out to Daniel Casey there. Shout out to blacknews.com for that great destination there. All right, y'all. Here we go from vinepair.com. Now, there's been a lot of news about Uncle Nearest, but this is some good news right here. Uncle Nearest receiver files intent to sell the whiskey brand. Here we go. 9 months after being named the receiver of Uncle Nearest Incorporated, Philip G. Young Jr. filed a non-binding letter of intent to sell the Embowed whiskey brand that past Friday. Filing comes just 3 days after the case's presiding judge denied founder Fawn Weaver's motion to reverse the company's receivership. By the way, the Martha's Vineyard property has been approved, but the funds are not going to go to Fawn Weaver. They will go to the I believe they will go to the paying down the debt. Young will potentially hand all assets of the company, with the exception of 3, to an undisclosed African-American owned investment firm. Let me say that 2 more times. An African-American owned investment firm. An African-American owned investment firm. Should the court approve the sale, possible buyer has signed a non-disclosure agreement, which will remain anonymous until the sale is finalized, which is expected to happen within 45 days. So, second. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So by July 16th, we should find out who is the African-American investment firm. The transaction does not include the company's properties in Edgerton, Massachusetts, and Cognac, France, nor any assets of Grant Sidney Incorporated. Young previously eyed buyers for both the Massachusetts and Cognac properties because they were going to produce cognac over there. So it's going to be Uncle Nearest Cognac. Don't know what that's going to be of, but then I think there was a brand called something One Spirits. It was like an organic vodka brand, I believe. What will become of the outstanding assets remains a question. Limited details are available about the brand's forthcoming owner. The buyer intends to maximize the brand's current workforce, leverage strategic partnerships to boost sales, and honor its existing cultural significance, Young says in the letter of intent. Y'all need a brand director. Put the job publicly and make it available to work remotely, and I will apply. Sincerely, this brand deserves to be around in the culture. The transfer in ownership will end Young's 9-month stint as Uncle Nearest receiver. He was granted control of the business last August after the company's lender, Farm Credit Mid-America, filed suit against Weaver for defaulting over $108 million. Now, the crazy thing is, there could be a black billionaire to just write the check. I could give over $108 million. But we're also going to make a game plan so you don't get back into this position ever again. That's what should have happened. 1 month later, Farm Credit monitored to expand the receivership after discovering additional assets within Uncle Nearest Incorporated. Weaver then motioned to terminate the receivership in December, which the case's judge denied last Tuesday. More details about Uncle Nearest buyer ownership structure and future brand strategies will emerge if the court approves the sale. Future brand strategies is very important because the future brand strategies will determine how the buyer moves and will determine how they structure the ownership. VinePair's pro take: while the identity of the buyer remains shrouded, the receiver's description of its bona fides raised the possibility that it is Marcy Penn Capital Partners. Now, y'all remember I told y'all that there was a tie with Jay-Z, right? So just wanted to just mention that. So here it is here. Co-founded in 2024 by Sean, Jay-Z Carr, Jay Brown, Robbie Robinson, the $1.1 billion platform provides strategic capital to culturally influential growth stage consumer and lifestyle brands. So The Jay-Z Align Fund that extended nears a $20 million bridge late last year. The providence and location of that sum was at the center of explosive testimony in court by Fawn Weaver, who freely admitted he had moved it out of the distillery's account into one controlled by Grant Singh so that it could not be snatched by the receiver or lender. Farm Credit Mid-America Market Penn does not appear to have its own website. I just tried to pull that up. An email request for comment to Bentham Holdings, a vehicle group with which Marcy Penn's affiliate, bounced back. Neither Uncle Nearest nor Grant Sintony, the nominally unrelated business controlled by the Weavers, that Achille last week looped into the receivership due to ongoing scrutiny over commingled funds operations, immediately responded to requests for comment from the firms themselves and Fawn Weaver individually. Since it hit the docket, Fawn Weaver has posted no content related to the bombshell filing on her Instagram, her preferred social media platform. Her prodigious volume of videos regarding the receivership actually became a source of contention during the proceedings, with Achille warning of potential sanctions for anybody who violates the fine line between litigating the case, while keeping public relations implications in mind and using the justice system as a vehicle to promote a specific narrative. In the time since that notice, I have observably marked less commentary on Weaver's Instagram stories and grid posts. The webpage she had launched earlier this year to keep fans abreast of the current finals court developments had not been updated since last April. In the signing of the initial receivership order last August, Fawn Weaver allegedly ceded executive control of Uncle Nearest on a temporary basis. This is why her gambit in March 2026 to enter the firm into Chapter 11 proceedings was rejected so quickly by a bankruptcy judge. The dismissal is on appeal. But for it to be sold to a new owner entirely will mark an enormous loss of stature for Weaver, who styled herself as #the People CEO and cultivate a prominent media presence based on her carefully crafted image as a visionary Black entrepreneur. Co-founder of a New Yorkly successful distillery. Hold on. Listen, a success is still a success. Let's not reduce the success, okay? Let's not do that. With a cinematic history, I bet the Weavers did not themselves uncover. Interesting. That was the New York Times. Clay Risen in 2016 gets booked for keynote speeches by the Brewers Association for a commencement address at historical Black colleges and universities, and as a guest judge on Shark Tank, the People CEO ran that firm into the ground. Increasingly became antagonistic towards the receiver that she helped the court to let and mismanage the books to the point that fire sale was the only move left on the board, not so much. According to the receiver's judge, most recent order, the last scenario may hew more closely to Fawn Weaver's true legacy than the former Achille, who throughout the document hammered what he perceived as her lack of credibility, wrote that Uncle Nearest under Fawn Weaver's control was far better at spending money than making it. Soon somebody else may try their hand at the task. David Fonte, Lion Pair columnist and contributing editor, shout out to her. Let me see something here. This is hold on. I was going to bring up something for y'all, but I cannot seem to find it. But there was a student. Actually, let me see something. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to think of. Give me a moment. What? I cannot find it, but I know it was ProPublica. It was a record for the most lynchings, I believe, in her state. Like, no joke. Let's see if I can type it in her name. Don't worry, y'all. We're almost done with the show. Don't worry. It's pissing me off. Bruh. There was some article I cannot remember. I remember it was a student that found like the most lynchings in her town. I can't. Damn it! You share so much, you know what I mean. You try to send so much to your stuff, you know what I mean. So, but anyway, let's continue on, y'all. Get ready to end the show here. It is 626 Day, Stitch Day weekend as well, by the way. So please celebrate Stitch all weekend, please. From the Disney Parks blogs, Stitch 2026 Stitch Day merch and global pop-ups. Okay, so no matter where you are in the universe, there are plenty of ways to celebrate 626 Day. So Friday, June 26th, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., Fashion Island, Newport Beach, California. Enjoy Hula Girls, Shave Ice, and giveaways for first 100 guests. So at Macy's Lawn and Fashion Island, Newport Beach, California, fans can enjoy complimentary Shave Ice from Hula Girls and check out all new Stitch products from fan favorite brands and snap a Polaroid with your Ohana. Then in Shanghai, right, from June 26th to July 19th, a Stitch and Scrump inspired pop-up will take over Zhangwan in Shanghai, featuring exclusive merchandise, photo-worthy retail experiences, and themed food offerings, debuting for the first time, including gelatos and macarons. Very nice there. Then Tokyo, Japan, the Disney Stitch Summer Collection at Shiba 109, Tokyo's iconic youth fashion landmark, from June 26th to July 12th, featuring exclusive Japan-inspired Y2K Gara style merchandise and pop-up store in mall decorations, and also across 8 brands with a Japanese language virtual glitter glide playing throughout the venue. So there is that there. Then, of course, in Taiwan, 3 major cities, starting June 26th, inspired by Taiwan's vibrant night market culture. The pop-ups will feature immersive experiences and collective merchandise designed to celebrate 626 Day throughout the summer. London, England, from June 26th to June 28th, Disney UU's arrive at Soho, London. So free tickets grant access to this exclusive preview event, giving fans opportunities to shop new collections ahead of their wider release. You can book your ticket at disneytickets.co.uk. Lisbon, Portugal. Disney Procter & Gamble's Oral-B is bringing Stitch to FNAC with the Ohana Brushing Club, a fan-family a family-focused retail activation where I combine entertainment, education, and storytelling. Guests can enjoy interactive brushing experiences featuring Stitch's electric toothbrush, theme product displays, fall opportunities, giftings, all while children take part in creative activities inspired by Stitch. This from June 26th to 28th in Lisbon, Portugal. And so you have Happy Hall Stitch, Disney Stitch Sleepy Stars, Vinyl Plush, and Stitch Splash Zone Design Fix when just playing. So that will be available July 1st. So you'll be able to get those there. And then Stitch and Scrump Beach Fun with Lilo and Stitch from Lego. So yes, you can actually build that Stitch. That is so amazing. And then of course Stitch In Time Watch from Citizen. So this is a brand new watch. You can shop that now. And then of course right here you got Topps Chrome cards there. And of course, a Squishmallow. You can collect, trade, and display, and take along on your family adventures. So, of course, you can get a Squishmallow. Oh, I didn't show Squishmallow, my bad. But these are Funko Pops here, duh. So you can get Stitch. You can get Stitch right here or Angel. And then, of course, you can get Pandora Charms there. And then Box Lunch Summer Teas with a big Golden Book. Shout out to Golden Book for still being around. And then, of course, you have a Disney Darlings Deluxe Feature Doll from Jack's Pacific. Very nice. And then a Mini Baby Stitch 2-pack, 0. And, of course, Lounge Flies getting in on the fun as well. And then, of course, a Gundam Disney Official Also Snuggly Plush. Of course, an iPhone case and baseball hat from Amazon. So there is everything you need to know, child. 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 42 seconds. I'm going to turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over 3 hours. Yes, we have. What a epic show this morning. Sorry for the delay in terms of my camera being out, y'all. That was not on me. That was on StreamYard. Okay, just place the blame where it needs to be. You know what I mean? So, but yes, see if I can find a positive news story for you all, and then we'll head on out of here. I'm gonna try to enjoy my day a little bit. By the way, there's a new flavor with Targon, by the way, at Wingstop. Okay, so if you are in Club Wingstop, okay, just to let you guys know about that. QSR. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something. Just trying to find something. Okay, so I guess this is some updates here. Well, actually, you know what? I know. Damn, I'm just trying to. Okay, so give me a moment, y'all. Sorry. So I will show this story here. I was kind of debating on doing this because, you know, the show has been such on a positive note, but also too, we need to be able to know the good things that are happening as well. And this is not a good story, but it is positive that at least this piece of shit bastard has been there you go. Sorry, I just got a notice here. So I'm going to turn my camera for this because I want this to be on camera when I read this, okay? Triggering story, but it needs to be told, y'all. My God, today. Okay. My God, today. So this is from blacknews.com. White man who exploited nearly 700 underage black girls receives reduced prison term. Now, that's not the good news here. The good news is this motherfucker was caught. Jason Roger Pope, 46-year-old DJ, known from South Carolina, known as DJ Kid, reduced prison sentence after pleading guilty to multiple sex crimes involving minors. The case, which involved allegations that he exploited hundreds of underage black girls, remained tied up in court for 4 years before ending with a sentence that was significantly lighter, the prosecutors thought. Pope pled guilty in August 2023 to 13 felony charges. The convictions included 5 counts of sex trafficking a minor, 5 counts of criminal sexual conduct with a minor, and 3 additional counts of criminal sexual conduct charges. Prosecutors said Pope prostituted and had sexual contact with 693 underage black girls. Between 2017 and 2019, they also alleged that he knowingly infected at least one victim with HIV. Although prosecutors saw a harsher punishment, a judge suspended part of Pope's 30-year sentence and ordered him to serve 19 in prison. No, he needs to serve the 30. And fuck that judge. Damn it. But God forbid if it was one of his kids or one of her kids, then it will be a 30-year sentence. See, because Carmelo Anthony's in jail for how many years for defending himself? Child. In 2024, the court imposed several conditions for his eventual release. According to WBTW, he must register as a sex offender, remain under close investigation for at least 5 years, and have no contact with his victim. If he violates his probation, he can be sent back to prison for an additional 10 years. Authorities arrested Pope in September 2019 after investigators said he used social media to target teenage girls. Prosecutors alleged that he relied on his popularity as a local DJ to gain victims' trust and recruit them into commercial sex activities. This is another Jared from Subway piece of shit bastard he is too. According to court records, one underage girl was approached through social media and later confined in a home in Darlington, South Carolina. Investigators said Pope threatened and manipulated the girl to keep her involved in the arrangement. The case experienced repeated delays as Pope underwent mental health evaluations after a psychiatric expert diagnosed him with autism. No. Just like we don't claim Miss Banshee-nosis with her decrepit, broken, and ass that should have been stomped on her head and everything in between, and her daughter believing that California's in New Mexico. We're praying for that young lady, that she'll grow up to be healthy, strong, and vibrant and love her mother forever, just like those kids should call Malago Grams forever. And we're thankful that AL and DL Whisper can't make any kids. And hopefully Tasha K's kids will outlive Tasha K and cut her off forever too. We don't claim that. No, the autistic community does not claim this motherfucker. No. Just because you have a disability does not mean you get to do this. He infected a child with HIV. No. Now, that being said, his attorneys argue that he was not competent to stand trial. Oh, but he was competent enough to do what he did to over 600 young ladies, black women, Long before the Wade trial could begin, Pope entered a guilty plea, bringing the case to a close. The proceedings had attracted significant public attention, with many people questioning why the case had taken years to resolve. Investigators said Pope's interactions with law enforcement involving young girls dated back to 2011. So victims accused him of supplying drugs, alcohol, and money before engaging in sexual activity. Others allege he used stress manipulation and blackmail to maintain control over them. Police said Pope's work as a DJ gave him access to teenagers through dance parties and social media promotions. As investigators expand the case, authorities asked the public for help, and hundreds of girls came forward with information that helped build the prosecution's case. Shout out to those women for coming forward. Shout out to the prosecutors. Fuck that judge and fuck him. I hope what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer, with that black man do it to him, I hope a black man does that to him, infect him with HIV. Don't make no damn sense. And y'all, I don't want to hear, well, he's somebody's daddy. He's somebody's daddy. No. I'm sick of y'all talking about news that can't help us, but y'all won't talk about the news that can hurt us. I'm sick of y'all talking about the news that can't help us, but y'all won't talk about the news that can hurt us. I'm so sick of y'all talking about the news that can't help us, but you will talk about the news that, I'm so sick and tired of y'all talking about the news that can't help us, but you won't talk about the news that can hurt us. Good damn. And all y'all can produce is Krishan Rock, Remy Ma, and Carissa Shields. But there was a guy that raped and sexually abused over 600 young black girls. But God forbid if it was one of y'all granddaughters, one of y'all nieces, one of y'all cousins. Oh, then y'all want to get on here and give a fuck. Shit. Anyway. With that being said, an update here on Big Tigger. Big Tigger ordered to surrender ring camera access following Weiss granted protective order following alleged assault. So, yeah. So, the order requires Tigger to stay 200 yards away from Brown and from Brown, the children, and bars him from conduct. Brown was also granted temporary custody of the minor children and exclusive use of family home. A hearing scheduled for July 13th. So July 13th, we will hear something here. This seems eerily familiar past incidents with Alicia's other children's fathers. There's definitely a pattern here, which is all documented through public records in multiple states. The biggest mystery will continue to be Alicia's missing 17-year-old daughter, who disappeared once, filed one so custody in 2019 here in Baltimore. I pray Alicia and her family knows I've always fought for her and will never give up until she's back home for father and find Alicia Brown. Amen, amen, amen. That interview that Tasha K did, and Tasha K, she is Tasha K, but that interview needed to come out. I would just wish somebody more competent were to do it. But anyway, Big Tigger's wife, Alicia Brown, says she takes full responsibility for posting the video of her face and vows to tell her side. These last few weeks have sucked. I hate this for everyone involved. The amount of false narratives that have been displayed and the attacks on everyone hurts. I take full responsibility for posting the video of my face. A lack of accountability, remorse, and acknowledgement has also been weighing heavy on me, and now it's time for me to address it. I ask that you be patient with me as I identify the appropriate platform work with my legal team, but it is coming. So there is that there. Y'all have a good one. Let me show y'all this here. My bad. QSR. Yep, right here. Okay. So I want to show y'all this, okay? Let's just end it on a good note, y'all. Because God. So these are Sweet Heat Chimoni wings featuring Tarzan, right? So if you are a Club Wingstop member from June 26th today to June 29th, you get to try them first before they launch nationwide, okay? And not to mention there's a Chimoni ranch, a sweet and savory twist on the brand's iconic ranch. If you have not had their ranch, it is amazing. I have had it. I don't get it, but at least I ate it, okay? So this is a custom Chimoni dry rub with a vibrant giant Chimoni drizzle, creating a layer of flavor experience that balances sweet and tangy fruit notes with chili heat and bright citrus, right? And also, too, they have the new Fanta Summer Punch beverage available exclusively at Wingstop locations featuring Coca-Cola Freestyle dispensers nationwide. So just wanted to bring y'all that, too. All right. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love is sending right back to you. I will be on tonight at 6 p.m. or 8:30. I want to bring y'all this Disney article from Forbes because it really talked a lot about Disney and black people. And I think we're going to be okay. I'll talk to y'all about tonight at 6 p.m. or 8:30. I'm gonna go out and enjoy my day a little bit, at least a little bit. One love, much love, all love. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking.
with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about.